Okay, Kenichi, what's up, everyone? My name is Vince. Welcome to GHP, the show where no one's listening and we keep on going. Maybe I should change my accent.
Aw, don't say that. I'm pretty sure
Maybe I
there's
should
people
change my
listening.
accent. Maybe
There's
a
a
lot of
person.
people would watch after me doing a different voice. Anyway, we're currently streaming live on Twitch, Facebook, Mixer, and
That's
YouTube.
racist.
I know! That's why I'm doing
We're
it!
doing this live?
Live, yes, we're live, man. Like the Beatles, they do it live. Okay, we might put some fake ads for fun, but I didn't make anything, so whatever. So anyway, usual suspects are here. Let's start with Cal. How are you doing?
What's up?
He's playing
What's up?
Mobile Legends. Yay!
Mobile Legends, yes. I'm embracing my Filipino heritage. and playing Mobile Legends.
Legends. Okay.
Normalin,
Normalin.
and all that good stuff.
My goodness. And then what else have you been doing, Cal?
Oh, just, the usual, playing Warframe, playing Final Fantasy 14,
Cool,
uh,
cool.
watching, League of Legends
League of Legends.
semifinals, and kind of watching the international, but not really.
Not really. I'm watching
No,
it.
pag may
but I'm
Filipino,
not
pag may
watching it.
nag-qualify na Filipino team, siguro, but not right now.
Yeah, then you'll see Lupang Hinirang. Then when they lose,
Yeah.
like Lupang Hinirang rejected. Okay, what else do we have here? How about you, Alan? How are you?
It's still good. What's up, everyone? Or that one? No, it's the same old, same old. Still watching the same series. I haven't checked what's coming up for the fall season of anime. We'll see. And lately, ano magagawa ko? Ito, got into Guilty Gear.
Yep.
And others trying to get
Like just moments
fighting
ago.
game.
Moments ago.
Right, kasi wala kaming internet for most of the evening. A bad trip. Saka,
Nakakapag,
Excuse me.
ano yung mobile data ka nakakapag,
hindi, nagano siya, internet went up siguro mga 10 to 12.
Playing
About an hour ago.
Esports with mobile data. Yeah.
Yes. Saka,
Mobile
I
Legends.
saw this game sa Origin, they are billions.
Yep.
Oh, I hear it's pretty good.
It is pretty good. Parang ano lang siya. Parang ano ba, like a civilization game pero with zombies.
Haha.
Huh. Huh.
Like it's nakakainis doon. Talagang they infect your colony.
Wolololo.
Like,
Wolololo.
parang ganon. If they get into one of yung mga houses, lalo na yung mga bago pala, yung low level houses pa lang. When they don't have to destroy it, they have to just damage it up to a certain point. Tapos yung inhabitants of that home becomes zombies. So if you let one zombie loose or one zombie inside your colony, you can get wiped out just because. Zombies.
Yeah. We got a new subscriber. Sunward Turtle 25 is now following, so I'm not
What?
sure. Normally, no
So
one
it's not
listens
my
to us.
sister.
But
It's not just my
thanks for
sister watching our
following.
podcast anymore.
Yeah. That's great.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever you are, Turtle, we will love you forever. Or until you unsubscribe.
My God. Okay. What else do we have?
Normalin.
Normalin. How about you, Pao? What's up?
Lakad matatag!
Oh no! It looks like we'll be talking about that in a moment. So what you been up to?
Uh, well, it's ever since Evo ended, I've been on a fighting game kick. So I've been picking up whatever fighting game I have around here. So that means alternating between the Dead or Alive 6, Tekken 7, Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, Guilty Gear, and a bit of Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yeah, too bad the Virtua Fighter wasn't there. I'd really love to see some high-level gameplay.
I think it was a side tournament
Yep, but
somewhere,
it's
but
not the main squeeze,
yeah,
The
because
big
both
nine.
I think both Virtua Fighter and Dead or Alive were like uh, part of the side tournament, but
Yep, yep.
yeah, basically just scratching that fighting game itch.
Cool, cool.
And then watching the same old, still trying to catch up to Fairy Tale.
Hmm.
I'm at episode 112.
Which arc was that?
It's already the Tenrojima arc. So
Tenrojima.
Oh, so,
um,
ano.
yeah, the
That's
S
a good arc.
class. Yeah, after the S class exam. Well, during the S class exam, and when the Grimoire Heart Guild comes in.
Yep.
Oof, yeah, that's a good arc.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite arcs. Well, actually, I like all the arcs so far. So, and I know that after this one is the Grand Magic Games, so I'm looking forward to that one
Mhm.
because the Grand Magic Games is probably my favorite fairy tale arc from the
Mhm.
manga. So, looking forward to that. But yeah, fairy tale, fairy tale.
Fairy Tale. Okay.
Aisa!
So for me, I'm currently going through my Andy list because I can't track my own stuff. So anyway, Kimetsu no Yaiba in 20 minutes from what I see here. Next Fairy Tale in 17 hours. No, 9 hours for Demon Slayer. So I'll just wait for that one. Um, Copcraft, okay, it's like bright, but but not
But
bright.
better,
Bright but not
Yep.
bright.
but good.
It's so dark.
Wow.
Let's see here. Mama Online, cool, cool show.
Mama ko, mama mo.
Mama ko.
Mm.
Mama
Mama
ko
ko.
is cool. Unlike mama mo. Okay, so
Did you notice pala dun sa Two Hit Mama, most of the characters are named just as who they are, mom.
Yep.
And this time it's what was that person's name? Mom.
Medi
Medina
and
Mom.
Medi Mama.
Medi and Medi Mama.
Yeah.
Medi is a healer, so that's
Mhm.
probably because she's a medic.
Yeah,
So Medi-
Porter's
Medi Mama.
literally pack mule, so yeah, Porter's a good
Porta.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Porta is a porter. So
Yeah. So,
basically, that's
same thing. Wise is a wise ass, so yeah.
Okay.
A wizard.
yep.
she's a wizard, so wise.
Yeah,
Wise.
wise.
I like Vince's description better.
She's a wise ass. So yeah.
But she's also a wise ass. But yeah, but I love her anyway. So
I don't know, man. I like
Shirase.
Shirase, best girl.
Shirase.
Shirase!
What's that? Like,
Para siya yung sa ano, yung sa MMO addict. I swear.
Yeah, see, you know.
Si Mori Mori.
Yeah.
Yep.
Si Mori Mori-chan.
Well-
Mori-chan!
She's more what do you call that? The assertive, the Mori Mori.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. She randomly dies in a tree. And
Anyway, Wasteful Days of High School Girls. I watched that as well. Currently on episode
What?
7. Kind of good. Funny.
What? Wasteful Days of High School Girls?
Yep. You know what Al Pacino said? Funny. Funny.
So
Uh,
is that like the daily lives of high school boys except it's all girls?
lesser. Not as funny. But it's close to that level. Maybe because I could relate more to high school boys because I experienced those. So yeah.
No, I don't think you can relate to shaving off your nipple.
No, no, no.
What?
No, 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 not that. And I've
What?
never experienced getting a
What about nipples?
Chunibyo. We did get a Chunibyo friend. So yeah,
Yes,
it's all
yes, we
there.
did.
So anyway, other than that, Once Within, pretty good show.
Oh yeah,
Real fun
best
show.
surprise.
Yep, and
Yeah,
Fire
best surprise this
Force.
season.
Fire Force, yeah. And then Shobotai, really good show.
Shobutai.
What
And
does NN
What's
and
Shobutai
then,
Shobutai?
and
actually
then
mean?
Shobotai is like
Fire Force,
Fire
like
Force.
Oh,
It's like Yu Yu
fire.
Hakusho.
So it's literal translation siya.
And then no Shobutai.
Kind of. Shobutai is probably something like a special squad or something, special
Something
No.
like that. Yeah.
or something like that.
And then it's full of fire characters on it, so I think
Yeah,
it's
so it's
Raging
like
Fire
laser.
or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
normally,
laser
normally, no.
Normally. So
Sorry.
it's your fault. That's why we're discussing Evo and other esports right now. So anyway, before we start with that one, Grandia Collection is now out on Switch.
Oh, I have to buy that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's based
Grandia
on
And
is
the
one of my
PS1
favorites, man.
version according to
yeah,
PAO, and it's using the Saturn version as a reference.
yeah. So
What?
basically, they're like basically porting over with porting. I'm guessing what they're doing is they're porting over the PS1 version
This is
and then
Grandia 1 to be specific. Yeah.
manually, yeah, Grandia one. So they're porting over the PS1 version, but they're specifically tweaking it so that it looks closer to the
What? So
Saturn
it's the
version.
PS1 version? No, that's
No. It's the PS1 version, but they're tweaking it. They're basically remastering the PS1 version, so it looks closer to the Saturn version. So it should restore some of the missing effects from the Saturn version, like the missing shadows and I would assume a smoother frame rate and different water effects and everything.
Yep.
But you know, I want to see for myself. So
Yep.
uh,
And
and
Grandia 2, I think,
I
is.
assume Grandia 2 would be the Dreamcast, which is
I think it's
because
completely remastered as well because everything is.
no, I think Grandia 2 is based on the PC version,
Probably.
which
Mm.
was based on the Dreamcast version and not the PS2 version because the Dreamcast version is the superior version.
Sega fan.
Totally unbiased
Totally
opinion.
unbiased opinion. Okay, next one. Creator from Her Story, Sam Barlow, will be bringing another non-linear FMV game called Telling Lies. So it will be out on the 23rd this month. Rumor Ewan McGregor might return as
what?
Obi-Wan on Disney Plus.
The Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan is back. So this is totally unrelated to the FMV game we were talking
I
about.
don't know. I'm just going through it faster now, cause so that we can go straight to the main topic. Casting for Storm and Namor is underway for Black Panther 2. So
Oh
yeah,
yes.
that's a rumor though. So don't
But,
take it seriously.
but although I would definitely want to see Halle Berry back as Storm because I think like she can do Storm justice, but she wasn't given the chance to in the old X-Men movies.
Basically, this one is like Legend of Chun Li. It's a really bad
What?
script, so it doesn't do the actor justice.
That's not a good.
Yeah, it's like yeah, it's like Halle Berry's always been wasted in the old X Men
Yep.
movies. Like
So give her
I
a
think
good
Days of
script.
Future the
I think she'll
yeah
do
Days of
fine.
Future Past I think is the only X Men movie where she had like a fairly larger
Mhm.
um, role to play.
Yep.
But then
Okay, moving on. New Nintendo Indie Direct set for August 19th. It's called Indie World. It's normally shown in Japan, but I'm not sure how they'll do it because this one is Gamescom. So it will be shown on August
oh
19th.
right, because
But
Gamescom is starting next week.
exactly.
Is it,
Uh,
no, Germany?
Yep,
yep.
Yep.
Cologne,
Achtung.
Cologne,
Uh-huh.
Germany.
Achtung.
Cologne, Germany.
Then moving on with the next one, Bubble Bubble 4, Switch exclusive.
Ah,
Wait,
Brings
what?
me back.
Bubble?
Bubble Bubble 4. Yep.
that's
You know
two
those
dinosaurs
two
that
dinosaurs that
Yep.
playing with. Mhm.
breathe
Bubble,
bubbles.
bubble, not puzzle, bubble.
Not puzzle bubble. Bubble Bubble. As in the action game platforming thingy. Yep.
Wait, action game.
It's
well,
somewhat an action game.
Oh, I guess there's action if you're playing with your sisters and they keep dying or losing.
Yeah, if it's two players, it's more chaotic. So yeah.
There's action behind the scenes.
Okay, and last one for for the news. Fire Emblem Three Houses sets records, best launch in the U.S. so far. So, a really good game.
Well,
I bought it as well, and I'm kind of don't want to play it right now because I'm currently playing Super Robot Wars T. If I start playing Fire Emblem, I will never be able to touch any other game. So I'll finish Super Robot Wars first before I touch that because that tutorial level it kind of got me hooked. So I couldn't release my controller. It took a lot of willpower to get that cartridge out. Yeah, lakad matatag. Okay, so our main topic. Let's go straight to Evo. 2019 because we missed doing a podcast last week because we had a D&D session where I play as a ranger that can't see shit. I always roll a 1 on a spot check. So yeah. Good job. So okay, new Guilty Gear was announced, so let's go through with the announcements first that happened in the end. New Guilty Gear announced, looks great. How Maru
Oh yeah,
joined Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur in one of the most
Super hype.
appropriate crossovers ever.
Exactly, because
Like,
he's got a weapon.
yep.
I wasn't sure
It's like,
about Spawn last
yeah.
time, but when you use him, he's kind of okay. That works.
Spawn.
Yeah,
Spawn in
Spawn works.
Soul Calibur was okay. Like,
Yeah, it's the Dark Ages Spawn, so the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it works. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, better than Heihachi.
yeah. A guy that has no weapons. Let's see here. Then Tekken announces new season, which includes new moves and characters, including Zafina, who returns from
Yeah.
6. And
Tekken
now she's
6
got the boss
with-
hand.
Yeah, the hand of Azazel.
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 Yeah.
Azazel.
Basically, she gets a devil bringer.
Yep. And Leroy Smith. He
Oh,
is a guy who uses
Wing Chun.
Wing Chun.
Wing Chun.
And he has that
Yeah,
1-inch punch. So yeah, I'm gonna use
Yeah,
him.
and oh yeah.
Gonna
I actually like his design.
Yep.
Very much.
So cool. So
And
cool.
yeah, and his moves, like how they animated him so far, looks very very nice. It's
Yep, yep.
very Ip Man. Ip Man
Okay. So here's what happened last week. Each of us was watching a broadcast of Evo. Normally, I watch in the end already because that's the most exciting part because that's where the high level gameplay comes in. So, how do you guys find Evo 2019? So, who wants to start with this one?
Hype, very
Yeah, it was
hype.
super hype. It
Super
was it
hype.
was it
What?
was kind of nice to see like niche games getting like main stage a lot of main stage time.
Oh yeah,
Like
Under
Uni.
Nights,
Under night.
Under
Yep.
Nights.
Uh, Cross tag was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Wasn't really a fan till I watched that. You know.
Well, Cross Tag was on main stage last year too.
Yep.
No, I mean like I wasn't a fan till I
Yeah.
didn't follow Cross tag.
Oh yeah.
Then I watched the final and I was like, wow, it's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, and they're adding a tank.
Yeah, that's pretty
A
cool. Dude.
literal tank.
Yep.
Not like a tanky character, an actual
Like a literal,
A
like
literal
Blitz
tank.
tank. Yeah,
Blitzkampf.
yeah.
Blitz tank from Akatsuki Blitzcamp.
Pero I don't know,
Blitzkampf.
for me the best moment was I don't know if you last year's Evo.
Mhm.
Basically, the finals was basically a rematch of Sonic Fox and
Mm-hmm.
Goichi,
Goichi.
and then like the first
Dragon Ball.
one,
Yeah.
yeah, which is still I think right now my favorite fighting game. I think um, Goichi versus Sonic Fox, and I don't know. Even last year, it was kind of like
Mhm.
controversial win for Sonic Fox, but I don't think so. That stuff is if for people who didn't watch, he basically lost uh, two sets, and then he basically stole for time
Hmm.
and swap
In what way?
sides.
Huh?
Like
Uh,
so he basically Goichi is coming from the losers bracket, right?
yeah. This was last
So
year. Yes,
this
last
was
year or
last
this year.
year.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, last year. So after he lost two straight brackets, he was requesting a side switch with Goichi, and it took longer than for some reason it took longer than 5 minutes to switch sides for some reason. So people
Uh,
are saying yung momentum niya na break, momentum ni Goichi na break,
uh,
and then Sonic Fox would go on to beat him. You know,
well,
I
well,
think that's just
I blame Sony. I blame Sony because they're using PS4, so it's all
it's
Sony's fault.
you know what it was I think it's that's if he can get you using that shit then
Yeah, yeah,
what else
yeah,
can you
yeah,
say? That's part of the
yeah,
game, right?
yeah,
Pero
yep.
this year,
This is the
it was
year.
really actually yung they met sa winners finals si Goichi tsaka si
Yeah,
Sonic Fox. Mas hype yung match na yun kesa sa finals.
Hmm.
Because it seems like by finals time, Goichi hadn't figured out.
yeah.
Tapos nung nanalo siya, you should
It's
have
like
seen his face. Like, ano siya, parang straight-faced siya the whole time. The whole 3 days na,
yeah,
he was playing. And
Mm-hmm.
then, as soon as he won, naiyak siya. Yung mukha niya, alam mo yung,
yeah, yeah,
pag
yeah, yeah.
namatayan ka
I
ng
saw it.
aso, ganun.
Yeah, I saw it. Like
Ganun yung
yeah,
mukha
like
niya.
the dam just broke, and then
Oo.
talagang
And it was, I
nag-waterworks.
thought that was really cool, Like, this
Yeah.
guy really, I'm pretty sure he worked really hard,
Oh yeah.
and,
Yep, yep.
and I mean, Sonic Fox is just, that guy's insane. To think na he's good at, like, he's the best player of Mortal Kombat, and then he
He
came so close to winning Dragon Ball Z, which are
yep,
two differently mechanical games,
yep.
Two different
He
mechanical intensive games.
he's got a very good instinct, I would say,
Yeah.
for playing. Parang,
You know,
um,
you know
I
what? They were talking about that.
yeah, I remember kasi way back when I was in Cairo, like
Mm-hmm.
couple of years, like many years back. Then I didn't have anything to do, so I was watching the French Open, yeah, Roland Garros on the TV because there was nothing else to do. And I think that was one of the first times that I saw like Novak Djokovic playing tennis. And it's like if you watch his early games, like you could see like he's not yet like as he he's he's not yet like he wasn't that famous yet when I was watching that, but you could see that he had the sense for the game. That's like, oh, it's basically he's got the instinct for the game, and this like Sonic Fox is kind of like that, where if you see how he plays, and then you look at him, and even if you don't understand like the whole mechanics of the game, it's like you can see, oh, he's got an instinct for this, and he's got
Yeah.
that for a lot of games. It's like,
Yeah, and then the funny thing is they were talking about it, yung casters, probably one of the few useful things they actually said was yung combos niya is not always like the max damage combos,
yeah, not
but
the
yun
optimal.
nga, yeah, hindi siya optimized like someone like Guichi or what was the other guy's name? Yung training partner ni Guichi. But he has a
Uh,
great sense of the game. Basically what you're saying.
uh, Fenrit, uh,
Yeah, yun,
yeah,
yun.
Fenrit,
Which is
uh,
apparently that guy who, when he gets you in the combo, it's almost like an auto combo where he gets the max damage all the time.
yeah, 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 because
So
the optimal combos are you learn that by training, by
yeah,
pure practice.
It's
It's like
skill.
yeah, and it's pretty insane
it's
that this
yeah,
guy.
it's like the like in if you're an initial D fan like Ryosuke and Keisuke,
Uh-huh.
the Takahashi brothers. It's like Ryosuke is always telling Keisuke that, oh, if only we could apply some
Some
theory to your
thinking.
instinct, yeah, like you would be much better. And Keisuke is like, ah, no, but I operate better on theory. It's like I operate better on instinct because theory
Mhm.
is too much brain or something like that. And I think like Sonic Fox is like somewhere in between, but like he's more he's a bit more Keisuke, but he also understands like the theory of it. Like, yeah. So I can I want to see him like get better. Um, as like over years. So he's one to watch out for.
Yep, yep. Sonic Fox. So Sonic
And
Fox. Speaking of, I think he won Dragon Ball. Uh,
yeah, he
Dragon Ball Fighters.
uh,
Yep.
Dragon Ball Fighters. No, he was second
Oh,
because
second.
Second place, he
Yeah,
won Mortal
Goichi won.
Kombat.
Oh,
Yeah, he won
Mhm.
Mortal Kombat.
oh, Mortal Kombat. Okay.
He won the
Yeah,
first
There we go.
year,
Yeah.
like the first Evo Dragon Ball tournament.
yep.
Mm.
And then
He won it.
yeah, then he won another tournament because Dragon Ball also has his world tour.
Mhm.
So he won
Yeah, Dragon
another
Ball World Tour.
match. Yeah, and then Goichi won like one other tournament. And then this one, yeah, and then for Evo, Goichi won championship.
Yeah, I remember watching the Tekken 7, where
Oh yeah,
Arslan definitely,
Arslan.
yeah, Arslan, he
Oh yeah,
That was like not even.
he
That was
mopped
barely like a
mopped
tournament.
everyone's ass.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. He just like mowed through everyone.
Yeah.
And it's like,
It
and
wasn't
he
even
did,
close.
yeah, and he even did that at Evo Japan. So it's like he did it twice.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's like and I think this is just his second like official like international tournament
Mhm.
because oh no he had I think he had another one, but
Yep.
anyway, so he won both Evo Japan and Evo US this year,
Mhm.
which is kind of crazy because he basically because Evo Japan was was his first international tournament. Because since he's Pakistani, then he always has problems with his visa and with his travel.
Mhm.
So it's always tough for him to attend tournaments outside of Pakistan. I mean, even outside of South Asia.
Mhm.
And it's like, and he just mowed through everyone.
Like,
Yep.
No
hey,
sweat.
if you went through all that trouble, might as well make it worthwhile.
Yeah, it's like it's like every match was decisive. It's like it's not even Yeah,
Not even
like
close.
yeah, Cal said it wasn't even close, and it's like, but it's still kind of amazing to watch because um, he I don't know. Like, it's always like it's also fun to watch someone just power through everyone, especially if it's the underdog. So he was one of the underdogs because all the
Yeah,
members.
not even by a long shot, but yeah, he
Well,
was
yeah,
coming in.
now not. Not now because he's the champion, so he's not. But the top eight was basically all Tekken veterans.
Yep.
So he's got
Oh, like legends. They were legends, man.
oh yeah, like these were all like players coming back for multiple Evos.
Yeah, like
So and he
Lee,
just
Anakin,
and he just
Ake, Nobi.
he just pulverized them.
Yep.
Yeah, Nobi, Ni. I mean Ni is a
Me,
Korean
yep.
player who's like he's got like good knowledge of a bunch of characters in Tekken. So he's like um so he's strong because no matter who you pick, he can probably pick up. He can probably counter you either through his skill or through a counter pick with with a character who naturally has a stronger matchup against you.
Yep.
And it's like he's one of the he was one of the most feared players on the Tekken circuit
Yep.
until Arslan.
Until Arslan Ash.
Arslan.
The
And I
heroic
don't think there
legend
was
of
a reset
Arslan.
on this one, right?
What?
There was no reset from the losers bracket.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope, he didn't
He just
even
mowed
get a
through
chance
everyone.
He could not reset the bracket. So basically Arslan Ash was undefeated throughout the entire tournament
Yep.
because he came in from
I think
winners.
he lost like one match pools, I think.
Ah.
Oh yeah,
Right?
it's like
Like to some random guy.
He lost one match like maybe as a warm up.
That
to a
random guy
to
must
a
be
random
so
dude.
proud.
No,
It's like I think it was an Asian guy.
I don't think he did like zero losses for the entire
I think
tournament.
he did drop like a
I think
game or two or a round. I should say a round.
Hmm.
Yeah. But otherwise, it was Arslan all the way. The heroic legend of Arslan Ash.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
insane.
Yep.
But I think the games that I was most surprised by was Blaze Blue Cross Tag and Under Night in Birth.
Yeah, under
Although-
night I was surprised you could play it that way. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
shock factor.
and this is actually Under Night's first time on the main stage, right?
Hmm.
And it's like, and it only got there because of all the fans requesting that it be included. And it's not a new game by any stretch of the imagination.
Yep.
It's a like
Pretty
this
old
specific
Dojin game.
version of Under Night is like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So it's like it's surprising that it got there, and it's like, and the level of play is like so high up.
Yep.
But the problem there is that like a lot of the players who made it to the Under Night's top 8 are basically unknown to most people because they're all I don't know, it's like 7 out of the 8 are Japanese people.
Yeah. Clear Lampo, Osho Hito, Hishigata, Kone, Neji, Rikier, Sennaru, and Libikichi. So.
But the surprising thing for Under Night's top 8 is that they're all using different characters except for the 2 Mikas.
Yep.
The 2 like the Mika is the
one of big fists. Is that
girl
right?
with the big fist. Basically Doom Fist.
Doom fist.
Lolly
Fist girl.
Doom Fist.
Yeah.
And Soul Calibur was also good. Soul Calibur
I didn't
6.
get to see that one, But based on what
Ah,
I saw here, BNE Utoto won it. No, no. I think I saw
uh,
this one. The one with Voldo.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Itoto's Foldo
Yep,
was
yep.
like, wow.
I did
I
not know
I
you
did.
could
You could use
use him that way.
Foldo that way.
Like holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy is literally Voldo.
Yeah. He eats and sleeps like
That's no
Voldo.
that's the only way to explain it.
He's got an instinct for Waldo because
Because he
he
is.
probably when I go home I put on my blindfold and my leather belts.
That guy probably takes a shit with a blindfold on. Pero sakto pa rin yung ano. No spillage. Yun yung training niya.
Ah,
My gosh.
initial, initial D.
Yep,
He's got the
exactly.
instinct.
Yeah, and Blaze Blue cross tag battle was notable also because it was the first time a non-Japanese person won.
And they're using
An
non-Japanese
American.
players
Woohoo.
as well. Non-Japanese characters to be exact.
American anime.
American.
Is clearly superior now. That they won Blaze Blue.
I think he was using Ruby Rose and
Yeah.
Yang.
Yeah, Ruby and Yang. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Emoto and
Magkapatid.
Onichan.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep. Emoto and Onichan combination.
which is so I think he was able to take advantage of the fact that it's a non-regular team. It's a non-optimal team
Non-standard.
actually. Yeah, because I
Hindi
don't think.
meta.
Yep, it's like I think that tripped up a lot of people because um, there were two players who were using the exact same team, like
Hmm.
Mitsuru and Yuzu.
From Midnight. From Inbirth.
Yeah, from Under Night.
Other
Yeah.
Night Inbirth.
So
Yeah.
Mitsuru from Persona and Yuzu from Under Nights.
Aha.
And then two were using Akihiko and Akihiko and someone. But anyway,
Mhm.
so that was also interesting because I got to see a lot of Blades Blue cross tag.
Yuzu is the
'Cause I-
one that's
'cause I-
using a Yaido style, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The Onesan with the
Yeah, the
Oh,
one with
yeah.
the slash
Oh,
that
yes.
goes to the other part of
Yep.
the screen.
with the full screen
Full
slash.
screen slash.
I
That's
love
one
me
hell
some
of a slash.
Onesans. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much high gameplay there. So yeah, watching Evo kind of is quite great because you pick up stuff that you don't usually know that actually exists in the game. So yeah, steal some stuff, use their moves
Yeah.
against them. Yeah.
Sharingan. Just use your Sharingan.
Anyway, regarding Smash Brothers, the winner is now MK Leo or Leonardo Lopez Perez. Such a Mexican name or Filipino name. It works either way. So normally I notice that Smash Brothers.
Normalin.
Normally. I
Wala.
I
Wala,
usually
nasira.
notice those good at Smash to be from South America, because the other champion who is Zero, he's from Chile, who no longer plays, but I believe he's undefeated. So he just streams
Well,
now.
technically, Mexico is in Central America, not South America.
Oh, okay. Either way, it's Latino areas.
Well,
Latina.
actually, I don't even know
Latina.
if Mexico is central. Like, is it
Yeah.
still part of North America? I don't know.
I don't
So
know.
it's also arbitrary.
Hmm. Anyway, I didn't take up American geography, so I'm Filipino, so like that. There you go.
Uh, So
Okay.
I think we were. I think we're going to lead into like in esports in general, coming
Yep.
from Evo.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Mhm.
and I think I always like to think of fighting games as the first ever major esports games.
Yep.
Street Fighter 2, I would say. Street Fighter 2 is what I consider to be the first major esports game.
Hmm.
Notwithstanding the Nintendo World Championships, because I don't know. I don't know if that counts.
The Wizard, man. The Wizard. California. That whole movie is a freaking big ad just to promote Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah. Super Mario Brothers
But I think
3!
Nintendo World
Yeah!
Championships kind of count as an esport because you do win a prize, so it's kind of like sports.
Yeah. Yeah, but it only happened like 1 or 2 years. I don't know.
Right.
Uh,
Saka not the same price pool as yung
oh no
mga
no!
esports
Back in
ngayon.
the
Like,
80s, back in the NES
uh
days, they're the only one that's doing that, from what I know. Then they made TV shows that's kind
uh
of similar to that, so I don't count that as an esport. But well,
Uh,
it's
but
close. It's close. Yeah, I think we could count that as an
oh,
esport.
yeah, but I would say like the esports scene, the esports industry that we know it as we know it today, could probably be traced to Street Fighter 2's popularity. I
Hmm.
would, and then um, yeah, and then sometime in the late 90s, we had the Quake sort of
Oh
huh.
yeah.
championships
I remember
with
GTV was always hosting a Quake tournament or Unreal
yeah,
tournament. Yeah,
yep,
that's pretty much esports in my
yeah,
eyes, complete with
yeah,
commentators.
that was all that we had now then,
Yeah.
and then suddenly it boomed with the huh, I guess with the because of I don't know a lot of factors just uh, converged like
Yeah,
the
Counter
popularity of
Strike
like
came in.
Counter Strike and
Mhm.
Dota, I guess.
Yeah, Dota much later, from what I
Mm.
know. From what I remember, from my cousin actually owning a computer shop,
Hmm.
Counter Strike was the thing, and
Yep.
back in high school, I think Red Alert was also a thing. So
Which which confused me to no end because everyone was saying, "Oh, we should play Counter Strike," and I was like, you mean Red Alert?"
Red Alert, Counter
Because Red
Strike.
Alert because Counter Strike was one of the expansions for Red Alert.
Expansion for Red Alert.
I was like, you mean Red Alert? No, Counter Strike. Yeah, Red Alert.
Well, I think yung
And,
Counter Strike went popular right around college.
Yeah, college. High school was more of
yeah,
the Dune and
yeah, because
Command and Conquer.
Half Life One was released in 1998,
Hmm.
and the first Counter Strike was a mod for Half Life, so
Yep,
it
Mhm.
it's not official.
probably came out like 1999 ish.
Hmm.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
Kasi I remember when we were senior year of high school while applying for colleges, it was still Quake. People still
Yep.
played Quake.
Yeah. People are still playing Counter Strike, the overhead
The red.
game, the overhead game.
I remember we were
And then,
playing Doom in Deathmatch in the computer room of our school.
I mean, if you haven't played Doom, if you haven't used your school's computer lab to play a LAN game,
You're missing out. You're
can you
missing
ever
out.
really say that you're a PC?
Half of your life.
But yeah, now we've got like millions of dollars on the line for
Mhm.
esports.
Yep, unlike
Mhm.
before.
What was the
Yeah.
biggest prize pool in one of the Dota or League tournaments? Like 3 million, I think.
Well, Fortnite in
Oh.
the last Fortnite World Championships, like the grand prize winner won $3 million. So.
Easiest money of my life.
Uh,
Uh,
if I listen to my father, I will not be rich today.
Yeah,
uh,
because I think the lol pools are about like I don't know 100
One
to
of 300,000,
yeah
500,000, I think.
yeah. And it's like
Um,
and let's see worlds. I think the biggest league pools prize pools are in worlds
mhm.
where you can reach millions. But also the international. So I think league consistently has a bigger prize pool than international.
mhm.
What?
I think that League of Legends World Championships have a bigger prize pool than the international, which is
Oh
Dota,
no.
Dota 2.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Well, I can look it up here. Um, let's see. LOL Worlds 2018 prize
I'm pretty
pool.
sure. I'm
Six
pretty
point four
sure.
million US dollars for LOL.
Yeah.
Oh,
For LOL.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Let's
But wait
see
till you
how
hear
much.
the international.
It's a lot of money
Uh,
for lols.
Lols.
Look for lulz. Uh, okay, last year for international was well, first place got $11 million. So
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa. My
But it's a
goodness.
team,
I
right?
think price pool ngayon is
yeah,
33.
That's a team of
33 million.
what? 4 people? 5 people?
5 people. Plus coach plus manager or something.
Uh-huh.
Okay, 25 million total for the price.
You know why the price pool got so large?
Because Valve decided
Yeah,
to
exactly.
spend some money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Well,
let's
the battle pass basically is when you do a battle pass, like part of the money you pay for
oh
that
yeah
goes
yeah
to the
yeah
prize pool.
yeah.
Hmm.
So it's like the players are
Right.
actually paying for the prizes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're crowdfunding the prize,
Crowdfunding
which is
the
smart.
Good old Valve.
Yeah,
Lock it with
good
the
old Valve. They
tag.
don't have to shell out the money. That's what they're
Uh,
doing.
Gabe
We're laughing
Newell.
at it, but that's
yeah,
what they're doing.
yeah. That's why. That's why, man.
Gabe
I
Newell,
hate
our
Valve.
savior.
I I hate Valve. Now let me boot up Steam here. Play some Half-Life.
And let me secretly wish for Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3.
Thing about these e-games or the esports, both of the genres that are top right now, they're both genres that I don't actually play, which is FPS and MOBA.
MOBA.
The only reason I
Well,
like League of Legends is because they make sick ass MTVs, music videos.
yeah,
But other than that,
they have
I don't really play the games. So, and yeah, the community here is really toxic. So I'd rather
Ah.
not
Oh,
touch it.
especially MOBAs.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
your ally is actually giving you the finger all the time, even though you're doing them a
yeah.
favor. So I
Uh,
don't know. Guess it's not for me.
Lakad matatag. But
Yeah.
and you know the funny thing, the funny thing is that like fighting games are were the ones that like basically boosted the whole esports thing into popularity.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
At least from my point of view. But
Hmm.
they're the ones that like are always struggling to find their audience, and everyone's like, "Oh, how can we make this more accessible? Oh, let's put an auto combo in here. Let's put an easy mode. Let's remove crouching and everything." And it's like, um, you're doing all that, but look at League of Legends and Dota 2, which are very, very, very hard to get into. And
Yeah.
it's like it's really hard to understand what's going on in Dota or League the first time you play. It takes you like several games to even understand like how to play a single character. And if you spectate it, it's very hard to understand what's going on unless you already play. I mean, compared to that, fighting games are like easy to understand. It's like two characters on the screen facing each other, then beating the shit out of each other. And
Like
it's like
oh, it's easy because if you press a button, your character punches or hits something or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It's like and I find it really funny that fighting game developers are like, oh, we gotta find some way to make this more accessible, more accessible,
More accessible.
and
Make
and
better
the
hitboxes.
and, and, and Dota
Frame
is just like,
reading.
we add this character who completely obliterates the current meta. So good luck with that. And people are still like, oh yeah, new meta. That changes everything. Okay. Although I don't know if it's because after all these years, like League and Dota are still technically the same game, just being evolved over time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like because every time like I don't know if fighting games are moving towards that. Like Street Fighter Five is like everyone's basically waiting for Street Fighter Six because Street Fighter Five is kind of like not where not where people want it to be in terms of mechanics, and
Yeah.
everyone's like just waiting for Capcom to give up and like move over to Street Fighter Six, but Capcom is just sticking it out and like no, we'll
We'll add more
keep on going.
characters.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh
we add
yeah.
more
They
characters
announced
who
more stuff at Street Fighter 5, which is one of those cops from Final Fight, although it's a new character.
uh, yeah,
Poison is back,
yep.
somewhat, and E Honda. But I'm
It,
not touching Street Fighter 5 with my life because it sucks. I already
uh,
uninstalled it, so yeah, won't hear
I,
from me from there.
I, even if like Street Fighter V's gameplay was kept as is, I would probably pick it up again if they just changed the art direction at
Art
least.
direction,
It's
yeah.
like yeah, it's like way back in like in the 90s, two best uh, the two best fighting game developers were Capcom and SNK,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
they consistently had the best art for their fighting games. It's like like when Guilty Gear first came along, I was like, oh, this isn't as good as Capcom's because the animation is a bit stiff,
Yep.
even though it's higher res. And then Guilty Gear just Arc System Works just kept improving it until we are where we are now.
Yep.
It's like and and Capcom and SNK both make the what I think are the two worst looking of the top fighting games available.
Worst looking.
Yeah, because you got Street Fighter Five and King of Fighters
Oh
14.
yeah. King of Fighters.
And it's like, well, before I would have said Injustice 2, just because of the terrible animation. But now it's like, but now
Not that
now
bad.
it is bad. It's terrible.
I said not that bad.
No, it's even worse.
I don't think it's that bad.
But I will say that Mortal Kombat 11 improved tremendously. It's like um, it's like when you look at Injustice 2 compared to like MKX, in terms of the the quality of the character design, of the characters' faces, especially like from Injustice, like the amount of improvement from MKX to Injustice 2 in terms of the graphic design, it's like that level of difference. You apply it to the animation between Injustice 2 and MK11, and that's how big of an improvement it is.
Actually, just in Justice 1 and Injustice 2 is already a big improvement because basically in Justice 1, the females look like men. And
No,
Injustice 2,
no,
there.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, because you're coming from, because NetherRealms alternates, right? So MK9, then Injustice, then MK10
Mhm.
X 10 whatever, MKX, and then Injustice 2, and then MK11, right?
Mhm.
So you could see so with MK9 and Injustice 1, those were in the previous generation. Remember,
Mhm.
so
Yep, yep.
any improvement from going after that is like
Yep.
um gonna be a big improvement. But like
Oh yeah, no, no, it's fine.
but like M so coming from Injustice
Where are you guys
1
going?
to MK10
Oh, it's for the invite, bro.
is like
No, I'm good.
the quality of the character models themselves is like s- a big a big difference, right? But um wait, what was my train of thought here? Like going back, Injustice 1 to MK10, I feel was not as big of an improvement as it should have been, considering that we moved to a different generation of consoles.
Mhm.
But if you look at MK10 and Injustice 2, it's like the quality of the character models there and the backgrounds and basically everything was very big.
Very big.
was Yeah, the difference quite sizable.
I think
But
Mortal Kombat
but
11.
the animation still sucks, right?
Mortal Kombat 11 improved a bit more, I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. So
Mhm.
MK11 compared to Injustice 2, in terms of the look of the characters and the look of the backgrounds, it's not as huge of an improvement as from Injustice 2 to MK10.
Yep.
But the quality of the animation improved to, I think, a comparable degree.
Yep. And I think they're
Uh,
using a new engine during that time.
oh, they're still using Unreal,
It's still
I think.
Unreal. Okay.
I don't know if they made any improvements to the fighting engine itself, but
Yeah.
at least there's less of the awkward animations.
I think that's gonna be part of Mortal Kombat forever, man. The weird, awkward
Well,
animation.
no, MK11's fixed a lot of them.
I
So
don't know. Mortal Kombat 1 was pretty okay during that time when they were still using pictures. So I
did you?
can't really say anything about the animation there because they're actually using people. So no parts go wherever.
It's like um uh, eh, uh what was that like when I was watching this YouTube series like Sugar Punch
Yep, yep.
Design Works,
Hmm.
and the way he described a character, a Mortal Kombat character punching is like it's as if a character is punching, but there's an invisible waist high fence in front of him or her. So he reaches out for a jab, but it's like his lower half doesn't move at all. It's like it's all upper body, and that's how you throw a jab in real life. Like your power has to come from your entire body, right?
Yeah, but it's kung fu. Kung fu has different rules.
Eh. It's Mortal Kombat.
What an
It's
excuse.
Mortal Kombat. It's not Kung.
It's underworld combat. It's
But
neither.
but if you look, yeah, but if you look at MK11, like they improved even just the normal jabs.
Yep.
So that's at least one thing.
One thing I'd really want to see in Evo is Urban Champions. Yeah, Urban Champions Evo. That would be great.
If it survived on the Switch Online, like put it on the Switch Online. Like take all the Switch Online games, the classic games, they make an esport out of it. Yeah.
I think it's an arcade collections, arcade archives by Hamster. So I think it's already on the Switch.
Then all you need is somebody to make a tournament of it.
Yeah, I want to
I
see
mean-
high level gameplay on that one. High level play, high level play. And then you'll start seeing combos and stuff that you'd never know that it existed.
Nakaka't matatag.
Urban Champions for Evo. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like one of the most entertaining grand finals I've seen at Evo was the Sailor Moon Super S grand finals.
That's anime Evo. Uranus is so broken.
Be careful how you say that.
Right.
Uranus is broken, man.
Uranus.
Uranus is broken.
What happened to your anus? Why is it broken?
It's broken, man. Sailor
Because
Uranus.
Mars.
Because Mars.
Because you put Mars in there.
Because of the Mars bar.
No. And
Oh,
we
Hungry?
lost our one
Get a
subscriber.
Snickers.
Yep.
Anyway,
But yeah,
I haven't seen Hyperdimension played in Evo yet, but I'd love to see that.
yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
they'll do that because there's Dragon Ball Fighters
Yeah.
already.
But it's pretty good. The other one that's actually played recently that I've seen was Turtles Tournament Fighters, where there are a lot of broken characters as well. Especially that shark. I forgot his name. What's the shark?
Baby
guy?
shark.
Baby shark. Oh, that music is broken as well. It
That's gonna
broke
break
me.
your head.
Thank you, Korea. Or is that Japan?
No, it's Korean, I think.
Thank you, Korea. Now it's in Lazada and the other. Oh no, Shopee. Shopee.
Well, we are spared from Shopee out here in the West.
United States. Good for you. Good for
yeah.
you.
I mean, I've actually been looking for the like streams of the Puyo Puyo championships
Yeah.
on Evo, but I haven't seen any streams or archives of it yet. So, and I was also looking for like the Dengeki Bunko Fighting Climax Ignition
Uh-huh.
finals, which I also can't. But
Probably due to the
Uh,
licensed characters, they won't broadcast it. So
no, they broadcasted the whole top 8 last year. So
okay.
and across other tournaments like I think on Combo Breaker they also did Dengeki Bunko there.
Yep.
So they also have like archives of that. But for some reason the Animevo
Animevo.
yeah
Yeah.
the Animevo stream this year is only for the grand finals, not the top 8.
Yeah, one of the other esports I've been watching back then, I think I started 3 years ago, was those Tetris championships.
Oh,
The heck? Those guys could actually line up bricks.
like it's amazing that they can like as soon as a brick come what do you call the Tetris blocks, the
Tetraminos?
tet-
Tetramino.
tetraminos. Yeah,
Tetramino.
as soon as a tetramino comes out, it's like they already know like within half a second where to drop it. Like, how do you know? Like,
And
it's like they're
during this
laying
time, the
bricks.
T-spin wasn't actually invented yet. So they don't do T-spins as hard as the other people do in Tetris 99, where my ass is always getting creamed. Like five people targeting me at the same time. Yeah. So yeah.
There's so many ass references already.
All right.
Don't you love it?
Nakakatatak.
Don't you love it? Yeah. Battle Royale. It's the new thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I actually battle royales games are basically made for esports. The problem is
Mhm.
there's just so many of them now. It's like, which
No,
ones are you?
that's a easy win right now for games.
Yeah. It's like battle royales like easy to understand. It's like
Hmm.
the rules are simple. Like everybody has an idea how to play it thanks to like Fortnite and PUBG. But it's like
Mm.
I don't know like where the major audience for that one is. Like at least I know the Fortnite one like three. Okay, guy won $3 million. But but so I think Fortnite's only really that popular here in the US.
Hmm.
But outside, like I know in the Philippines, it's like PUBG is the number one battle
Hmm.
royale game outside of like on the PC.
Of course,
So
Alodia's playing it.
on mobile, I'm not sure if PUBG Mobile's number one or is Rules of Survival still number one.
Rules of Survival, yeah. It's kind of one of those on top right now.
Yeah, because
But
and then
PUBG, ever since it also showed up on mobile, it kind of had a boost. Big boost here.
yeah,
So,
that,
yeah.
that's what I was thinking. But um, so but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's like they're all basically made by they're all basically some form of 10 cent
Yeah.
of a 10 cent game.
Speaking of Tencent, I'm playing Arena of Valor in the Switch. Although it
Oh,
still doesn't include the DC characters, which is weird to me. But
uh,
it's okay, but it's really not my game.
it's a MOBA.
Yeah,
It's a MOBA.
exactly.
I'm playing Paladins right now, and let me tell you, it's a lot better with the Switch Pro controller. Holy
Oh,
crap!
yeah. I'm still wondering why
Uh,
they won't put Splatoon on esports yet. Because the only one sponsoring a Splatoon tournament is Nintendo. And other than that, no one
no, that's
else.
the point. Yeah, that's the point. They're only Nintendo sponsoring it.
Yeah, the thing here is it should be bigger than that. Although I
Uh,
don't think a lot of people
no,
play that game.
well, the question is who's playing. The
Hmm.
question is who's playing Splatoon. So
Yeah,
I know Splatoon is big in Japan,
yeah.
which
Big in Japan, big
um,
deal.
yeah, big in Japan.
Speaking
So,
So,
but I don't know where else Splatoon is big. Like probably in the US, maybe.
yeah.
But
No, it's
but a
bigger
lot
in
of the
Japan because there's
oh,
Ouch.
there's there's a lot of tentacle monsters in Splatoon.
but yeah, I think also Splatoon's audience skews a bit lower age, a bit younger.
Hmm.
Mm,
So you're not gonna see like uh, you're not gonna see maybe people of in their early 20s like getting sponsored by Red Bull to play Splatoon. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Uh, which is kind of weird because I was kind of expecting Splatoon to have its own
yeah.
World Tour, but well, I'm guessing Nintendo has its own World Tour
Yep, yep.
also,
Mhm.
but it's not like what the it's not on the level of what other developers are doing, especially the fighting game developers with their World Tour, their and their different events.
Speaking of Red Bull, I remember Anakin swinging that thing, swigging, swigging that thing a lot during that the Tekken tournament.
Ah, at the end, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Anakin was in Tekken. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
sponsorship.
exactly.
Sponsorship.
So that's the only thing you can drink. Red Bull. Nervous
Yeah,
wreck. I lost because
yeah.
of Red Bull. My hands were shaking.
Anakin yung Filipino Tekken player.
I'm not sure if he's
No,
Filipino.
he's American. He's
Oh,
American.
never mind. I'm thinking of the other guy who almost beat Arson Ash, right?
Ni,
The
huh?
Filipino guy.
Huh?
Who Filipino guy?
Sa
There's
Evo
no Filipino
Japan.
guy.
Evo
I thought there was
Japan.
like a Filipino guy.
That would have been Dojin or
Oh, someone
um.
else. Never mind. I probably
Yeah,
confused.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see. Well,
And I
yeah.
think Anakin is more of a Hawaiian. Maybe he has Filipino blood, but I don't know.
I know there was
He
like
looks.
a Filipino guy who almost beat Arson Ash. I forgot.
Hmm.
Oh,
Meh.
Mm,
Meh. He didn't win. So.
yeah, he didn't win, but he's closer than the other guy. So
Yeah. But he didn't win, so he was not featured in the news. That's how it is here. We're only hype if the guy wins. And
mhm.
sometimes people win and we still don't care.
ah, AK.
Yeah, AK, that guy. There
AK.
you go.
AK. Hmm. Pretty good. Anyway, one of the questions we got uh, on store here was if in case you're going to join Evo, what fighting game would you actually play? So who wants to start with that one?
What? Uh, if we
If you're going to
like
join
any fighting
Evo,
game.
yeah, any fighting game, anything existing. So just in case it was featured in Evo, what would you join? Just in case it was featured.
Like if it was a fighting game, definitely Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, Virtual
Virtua Fighter
Fighter for
5
me.
Final Showdown.
Yep, yep.
It's like no question. I'd try that.
Leifei for me.
Uh,
Solid Leifei.
Akira. Aside from that, I would probably try my luck at the Dead or Alive, probably,
DOA.
maybe. Yep. I mean, they're both kind of similar anyway, so
Yeah.
like it's not gonna be a big leap.
Then they end up
And
with
also,
Extreme Beach. Extreme
yeah,
Beach on
I'd
Evo.
also join that. I would also join Extreme Beach.
Yeah. But they're gonna play the mini games. Not the volleyball part.
I don't care. I'll still play it. I'll
Catch
still
the
try my
flag.
luck.
Mm,
But yeah, I'd also try for if they also have like the Dengeki Bunko. I
okay.
would like to try my luck.
Yep. How about you guys, Alan or Cal?
Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Oh,
Ah,
Oh, I
Dragon
was
Ball
gonna
Z.
say,
Fighters.
I have not been playing fighting games that often, and even if I did, I suck. Pero siguro I'm gonna go with Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Not
oh yeah.
Dragon Ball
that's
Fighters.
I feel that's a game that's a fighting game that I have spent the most time on
Hmm.
the last decade.
It's it's just fun just looking at it.
How about
I
Super
mean,
Butoden?
Super.
Button mashing and specials.
Or go back to the SNES games,
Exactly,
Dragon
that's Super
Ball
Buto then.
Yeah,
3.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Number
yeah.
3.
I mean, they got the Sailor Moon Super S
Uh-huh.
Super Famicom game in there, so I don't think anything is off limits now.
Right.
I was actually
Anything that
surprised
you
when you mentioned that.
anything that you can make an esport, they can probably make an esport of it. It's like the Gundam Wing fighting game. Yeah, like put that
Oh
Ah,
my
in.
sure.
god.
Well, I'll play that.
Spam blow kick, man.
No, it's probably gonna be closer to like a Gunpla battle, like the
Hmm.
one mobile app.
Or
Gunpla Warfare.
there was
Uh-huh.
actually a good one in PlayStation, Battle Master. The Battle Master. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Well, yeah. Well, they'll probably just do Gundam Extreme versus nowadays.
Yeah, looks like it.
Oh, why not Virtual On?
Virtual
Virtual On.
On, yeah.
Oh my god, I remember that game
My
back in
god.
back in the day. Uh-huh.
Or at least bring back Kikayo or Techromancer. I remember the SM used to have tournaments back then. Kikayo was one of them. And there was this a Chinese guy. I think it's Chinese or a Korean guy that usually fights with Marco.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's Korean.
yeah. So
So
yeah.
it's virtual on.
No, Kikayo,
Hikayo.
Oh.
Techromancer, Techromancer. Then Keith, he loves to play Power Stone, especially Power Stone 2. Whenever I'm trying to look for him in the mall, I just go to Power Stone. The Power Stone
That's a good
Mago
arcade.
game.
games. Uh-huh.
He's always there.
Yeah, Power Stone's great.
Power Stone. I
No,
hope
that
they bring it back. My goodness.
Uh, well,
Capcom.
Capcom.
uh-huh.
Capcom.
They're I don't know.
They're weird.
Well, they gotta they gotta fix up their fighting game. I think there's too many talent that left their fighting game division
Hmm.
now,
Mm.
so, and it's like I I don't know. I think they want they're trying to find new ways to monetize the fighting games because they can't keep doing the same thing where they sell an upgraded version of the same fighting game at
Yeah.
a high price.
What? Ano ba?
Yeah.
That's like Madden, FIFA,
Well,
2K, NBA 2K.
well, because well, that's what they were doing before, like Street Fighter Two, Street
The
Fighter
Super
Two
Street
Champion
Fighter 2.
Edition,
Uh,
Street Fighter
Ugh.
Turbo.
oh, that kind of.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, yeah, they can't do that anymore because the last time they did that was for Street Fighter 4, and then it's like
Super Street Fighter 4 then.
uh,
Ultra Street
yeah.
Fighter
Uh-huh.
4.
That's
the
that's like
Super
the
Street Fighter 4.
Goku of the Goku of
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah, it's like and then you got Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition,
Mhm.
and then Ultra Street Fighter 4, and then each of those versions has their own like patches.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
even Street Fighter Cross Tekken, technically there's only one version, but in reality there's two versions of them because one before the 2013 patch and one after the 2013 patch because the 2013 patch changed so many things that
It's no
it's
longer the
basically a
same
different
game.
game.
Ah,
Ay,
So
sorry,
it's like
interrupt lang. Ano,
sure.
in the Epic Store, free now, it's Hyper Light Drifter
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
Mutant Year Zero, Road to
oh yeah,
Eden.
I already got them.
Yep. If you have an Epic account, get it now. And if you still don't have an Epic account, if you like free games, which
What's wrong with you?
what's wrong with you?
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Don't,
What
don't
the
let your
hell is
mind-
wrong with you?
do not be blinded by Gabe
By
M
s-
by
Uh-huh.
Gabe Eno and the Valve overlords.
If it's free, grab it. I only had the GOG account because Pao said there's a free game, so I registered. And now I have
And now,
GOG as well.
and now they have more of your money.
Yes.
That's fine. It's run by CD Projekt Red, so the
Mm-hmm.
hell. I'll support them. uh, anyway, are we any other topics for Evo or esports?
Uh, I, I I would like to see if there's a Knives Out. I
So
would
what?
like to watch a Knives Out
Knives Out is, I think,
World
is
Championship.
another battle royale game.
Yep. By so so there's like so NetEase, the Chinese developer, actually has three different battle royale games. So it's like Rules of Survival, Knives Out, and Survival Royale. And it's like, what's the difference between all three of them? I don't know. I have no idea. But Knives Out is the one that's popular in Japan, so that's what I'm playing.
Big in Japan, man. Big deal.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, because they were the ones that had the Fairy Tale collab a couple of weeks ago. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
Speaking of, I missed the event that Dragalia lost, so I missed the chance
Which
to
one?
get the character. Estelle?
Uh,
What
so
was the
you,
name?
yeah, you didn't get Estelle,
No,
the beach
no.
Estelle.
Nope. Sad for me.
I that was the fastest I've ever done an event character because I basically just spammed my skip ticket.
And that's exactly it. I was playing Mario Tennis during that time, so I kind of
What?
I kind of missed using my mobile phone, and I don't usually game on my mobile phone. I just started gaming because of Nintendo stuff on that phone. And I'm using a Sony phone to be exact.
That
Good
was like
old Sony.
that was like that took me just like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So I was like,
but I have
I
to
think
skip the
I think I
story.
figured I think I figured out the most optimal grinding
Skip
pattern for
tickets.
Regalia. Yeah,
Skip tickets are a
because
big deal.
I've got like a million of them.
At first, I was thinking, what the hell are these? Then suddenly used them in one of the event quests. I got the character immediately. Then, aha.
That's what it's good for.
That's what it's good for. And materials. Lots of materials.
Mm.
And you don't have to
But now,
repeat that high version. What do you call this? The 3-star mission every
yeah,
time. You don't need to 3-star it a lot because skip tickets will just finish it for you. You just need to do
well,
it once.
yeah, you need to 3-star it once so
At
you can
least
use the skip
once.
ticket.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
So yeah.
Well, yeah, just keep logging in so you can get the alliance bonuses.
Yep. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We have a guild. My
Yeah,
goodness.
with like 2 members. A guild with 2 members.
Yeah.
But I don't care because
Hey,
the important thing is we get the bonuses.
hey, don't
Regarding
worry
the
about that. No, the Hestia Familia only had one member when it started.
Oh yeah. Yeah, now they've got a match.
Like what? They have a say,
they're like four?
That-
Four now?
that they can't pay for or maintain.
Well, they already own it. They just
Yeah.
Can't maintain it.
yeah.
So they're just drinking water and stuff.
When they moved in, they had wine. Now they're like water.
You had a
just water.
loan? I love that show.
Oh yeah,
And
Good show.
recently they
Ah.
just moved into the
It's
red
fantastic.
light district. Yeah.
Right.
It went so adult suddenly.
Oh, I haven't seen the latest episode yet.
You better.
Oh, it went dark.
I'll shut up here. No spoilers for
Yeah,
you.
Yeah, but yeah, that leads into one of the things that I like most about Danmachi.
Mhm.
That Bell is the optimistic. Uh, yeah, he's the typical optimistic protagonist, but
Mhm.
he doesn't. But he's not naive
Mhm.
like the other like the other normal protagonists, because he understands that bad things happen in the world,
Yep.
but he's still like optimistic about stuff. And like, I I think that's a common theme for the whole show.
Yep.
Like like everything's very pretty lighthearted, but bad things happen. Like
Yeah, and you can
especially
see that
if
he
you see
actually
the
worked
movie.
for it, worked for his
Oh yeah, yeah, he works
ability.
for it.
Yeah, pretty much
So
built up his skill.
yeah, it reminds me of the movie. Like the Danmachi movie is like really heavy. It's like,
Mhm.
but at the end of it, it's like you can see like, oh man, this is really gonna hurt. This is really gonna hurt. But Bell's like, yeah, I
I
just keep
have to be
going.
the one to do it. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
speaking
keep
of
going.
dark, I've been recently watching Ultraman Taiga. Every episode, there's one person who always dies. So it's kind of what? That's a new.
But
That's a new thing.
like Kenny, like he
No,
always
they
die,
don't
like
go
the
back
same
from.
character.
They don't come back from the dead. They're permanently dead.
Oh,
So yeah, well, if there's two giants fighting each other, someone should probably
Someone's
die.
gonna die.
Probably someone in the toilet. Then Ultraman falls on that building. Yeah, and then oh, dead.
oh dear. Oh, oh dear.
Yeah. How about Cal? Have you seen Godzilla already? King of Monsters? Not yet.
What?
Godzilla?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Nope.
I recommend it if you're a fan of Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Wait, that's the one in Netflix?
No. King of
No.
Monsters was the previous
The
film.
second, the live
This
action.
the
Oh,
second
yeah, okay.
With Millie
Yeah.
Bobby
No.
Brown,
American Jumbo
Uh-huh.
Godzilla.
Jake's Drake's best friend.
Yeah, the one that looks a bit like Barney. So yeah, that's that Godzilla, Barney Godzilla, because he's so huge. It's just missing the color scheme. Yeah, I recommend that one. Really good. If you're going to watch the Netflix version, just keep an open mind because they're changing a lot of stuff. The lore is there, but
Mhm.
they changed a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's okay.
Just think of it like Gundam.
Yeah, like from Universal Century to uh, what's the one in Seed?
Cosmic.
Cosmic Era. Yeah,
Yeah.
CE. So yeah, it's that different, or something from Mobile Suit Gundam to G Gundam. It's that different.
But it's
So
still Gundam.
it's still Godzilla in a way. So you like it if you like just want to watch Godzilla throw fire from his mouth. Yeah, it's very satisfying. So there, I guess we can end this one and we go to the next topic, which is what you suggested last week, anime that's close to your heart. So,
Oh.
uh,
No.
Oh.
No.
yeah, well, this is
Nostalgia.
technically not anime, but I'd go with Bioman because that's the first Sentai experience I'd ever had in my life. I was so surprised when I watched it on Channel 4, a government channel. My goodness. They were showing it, and it was like, oh, they're in costumes. There's a big robot. Oh, I was shocked.
Oh, you know what's funny? It's a government channel. Tapos now you've seen the memes about the antagonists looking like Corina Sanchez.
What the fuck?
What the heck?
No, yeah. There's I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna show you guys that.
Why? Why do you have to open that door?
Because we're Filipino.
We're Philippines, and
Yeah,
Philippines
lakad
do
mo
it
to
best.
tag.
Best day of my life. Easiest money of my life.
Yeah.
My goodness, that commentary.
I know, right?
It had a
It's like, what have
very
I
heavy
done?
Filipino accent. Ah, anyway, some facts about Bioman. Saban, when he went to Japan, the first Sentai he actually saw was Bioman. He tried to bring it to the US back then during that time,
And he failed.
he failed. But there was actually a what do you call this? A clip of the pitch he tried to make, and the red one there was Mark Dacascos. So
What?
Wow.
you can find it in YouTube somewhere. Just put Bioman Saban. Mark Dacascos will show up there with that clip, and three other American dudes. Three or three of three. No, three American dudes and one American gal. Yeah. Or was that two females? I think it's two females. Yeah. Dark the Cascos with two
Two
dudes and
women.
two gals.
Huh.
Two gals, one mark.
One mark.
Oh, please,
He's
please
that
don't.
awesome.
We've gone dark.
Uh, anyway, other anime I've seen, Voltes 5 is not one of them because it's overhyped here. So it kind of ruined everything for me.
Well, because
Yeah.
we don't think of it as a big deal anyway.
Exactly.
Because basically everyone our age remembers it, so it's not like
Yeah, it's nothing
it,
special.
yeah, for us it's like nothing special.
Although I did like Daimos more than Voltes 5.
Ako rin. Ako man.
Yeah.
Diamond. Mm-hmm.
Other than that, what
Nope.
else?
Well, this five because five is
Dragon
greater
Ball,
than one.
especially Dragon Ball. So when my mom actually went to Hong Kong, she bought me a comic book which was published by City Comics. It was called Dragon Ball Z. It was the Android Saga. I forgot the number, but that's the first time I saw Dragon Ball, and I got attached to it. So I've been drawing it in grade 6. No one knew what I was drawing. But the heck, then Channel 9 showed up the first one, and it was good. It only had one commercial, Chocolate. And after that, it's back to the show. After that, Yu Yu Hakusho. Or as they call it here, Ghost Fighter.
Ghost Fighter.
My
Yeah,
favorite
that's,
character is Vincent because he has my name.
Katawayo. Katawayo.
My goodness. I have no idea why they had to change the names. Although during that time, the Japanese
didn't
names
care.
were kind of hard to
I guess
pronounce.
they just want to make
So
it. Yeah, they probably want to make it relatable, right?
yeah, so but it's so
Eugene.
Japanese.
Maybe.
I mean, Eugene, parang, like kapitbahay mo lang, si Eugene. You know?
Let's change his name. Yusuke Eugene. Oh, Eugene. That looks great.
Ang nakakatawa, si Eugene, si Vincent, like names you hear every day. Tapos yung kalaban si Taguro. Alam mo yun, like, what the heck? Hindi mo iba yung pangalan. Alam mo yun?
Yeah, because even back then we were still we were already promoting xenophobia.
Yeah. You Chinese lapdog.
Yes.
He does not deny it. Oh, sure.
They-
Come on.
They pay. They don't pay me they don't pay me in cash. They pay me in chinitas.
What?
He loves
It keeps up.
Chinatown. I bet you're waiting for Miss Chinatown every year, you know.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I've watched the first two.
I'm
Uh,
following their Facebook page, you know. Oh my god. Anyway, what else do we have from our childhood? AXN. AXN actually brought a
uh,
lot
yeah.
to us. What was that? That's the second time.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't
Well,
me.
Was me.
I, I would say the like one of the I guess one of the animes that is close to my heart is the one that like basically turned me into an otaku.
Ah, yeah.
Um, I can actually think of two. It's either gonna be Ranma.
Ranma, oh my
Or La
goddess.
Blue Girl.
No, no,
No,
no.
the blue girl is the one that turned him into a man, not an otaku.
Into a man. A man. Otomba.
Puberty.
No. So basically, Ranma set the foundation of it. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
this like, because my brother started collecting the manga, the Viz translated manga,
Yeah.
and we were trying to find like VHS tapes of the dubs because
Which
the
is
dubs
hard to
were easier
find.
to find. Well, the dubs were fairly easy to find compared to the subtitles.
Hmm.
It's because Viz was more into the dubbing side, and uh, that was when the dubbing was actually kind of good then
Mhm.
for Ranma. So Ranma set the foundation, and I think a lot of like my taste in anime is still formed from the basis of Ranma. In terms, and I think that's why I love Fairy Tail so much because it's got the a similar kind of comedy action mix.
And I
And
remember that time when Ranma's big. The other anime you watched was Saint Tail.
oh
It
yeah,
was almost at
but,
the
but
same time.
yeah, the problem was Saint Tail. Saint Tail was one I couldn't catch all the time. It's like Ranma. So I basically made sure to watch Ranma, and then if I could catch Saint Tail, that's good. But I usually just missed Saint Tail, but it was also good. But it doesn't hold as big a place of my heart. But the other one is also. But so Ranma laid the foundation,
Mhm.
and then Akazuki and Chacha just like cemented it.
Thank you, Cartoon Network Asia.
Yes.
uh,
Because that was like because like Ranma is sort of like um that helped me get into the idea of okay, if I'm into this anime, then I would also so I also want to get into the read the manga
mhm.
if there's a manga of it and like collect the like episodes and then Akazuki Chacha was the one that okay I gotta get like merchandise of this I gotta get like a keychain of Chacha and Ria I gotta get I gotta get a plushie of Seraph's doll what's her name
Dorothy.
Elizabeth.
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 Wait, Dorothy?
No, Dorothy was
Dorothy
the
was
witch. Was the witch who
Oh,
was
okay.
Sheena's master.
and was based on Elizabeth's design, something like that.
No, Elizabeth was based on Dorothy's previous
Look,
look,
yeah. So
like
it's
before
still
when she was still blonde haired.
yeah. And Seravi was laglag brip.
Yeah.
Ah,
So that's why you just made a doll. So we can have a doll.
Yep. So, which is kind of creepy if you think about it.
that's fandom, man. Fandom.
Yeah. And then the coup de grace of all them was Love Hina.
I
Like
love Hina.
yeah.
That solidified your otakuness.
Yeah. So thanks to those three, I am I am a otaku.
Yeah, because basically, we were watching anime already, but we never actually cared about the genre itself
Mhm. Well,
as
I
anime.
think me personally, when I was a kid, one that really stuck with me is Nausicaa,
Hmm.
of the Valiant Wind. Tapos, and of course, in Dragon Ball, just the usual Dragon Ball,
Hmm. Mainstream.
Daimos,
Yeah.
during the early years.
Hmm.
Tapos, ano ba? But
Astro Boy,
when,
Channel
when,
9.
when we were,
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy, yung original Cyborg,
Double O
Double O
Nine.
Nine.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, macros.
Macross.
But
Robotech
macro.
shown here. Robotech.
Right. Pero back then, I don't even know what anime was. To
Uh-huh.
me, they're cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, technically they still are, but people want
Right,
to
but
differentiate them. So yeah.
mhm. But those were just shows that I rush home to
Mhm.
and forget to do my homework cause
Forget. Forget.
quote unquote forget. Tapos syempre, when we hit high school, ano na, naglabasa na yung mga mainstream favorites that we always talk about, like ano,
Yeah.
Slam Dunk.
Oh yeah, Slam
Yeah.
Dunk. Yeah.
Uh, Saka yung mga less
Yeah.
talked
Flame of
about,
Recca.
less watched, Flame of Recca,
Yep. Yep.
BTX, Zenki.
Man, I love Flame of
Oh, saka
Flame of Recca.
Zenki. Mga ganun.
Uh,
And it was funny
Bajuran.
because it's funny for me because syempre, before I started watching anime in their sub version,
Mhm.
Mhm.
mas na-enjoy ko yung Filipino dubbed
Yep. Yep.
just because of how they insert yung Filipino humor into it.
Exactly.
Tapusin, tapusin.
I, oh, I didn't like that. I did. I didn't like.
Why are
Although
you a hater, Paul?
no, in general, because I'm a Chinese slam.
Because you're a Chinese lapdog.
No, because in general, I don't like it when media inserts pop culture references into other media
Hmm.
because it sort of dates it. Uh, like if you watch it now and then it's like you watch it again 5 years later, it's like was that supposed to be a joke of some sort?
Uh-huh.
It's like if you watch like Looney Tunes if you watch Looney Tunes shorts from the 1940s, like there's a lot of jokes there that are very much in line with there's some jokes there that are based on like at that point on time they were funny.
Mm.
It's like what was that? Like there was this one short where the wolf. Um, I think it was Daffy Duck short where the way they defeated the big bad wolf was basically to put Frank Sinatra in front of him and like Frankie. It's like who's this
Oh.
Frankie guy? Like who's this Frankie guy? Like you don't know, but Frank Sinatra was very big then. So,
Big back in the day.
yeah,
And
he was like
he's
the
usually drawn as thin as
Big in
the
Japan.
microphone, the stand of the
yeah,
microphone.
yeah. So it's like, but I mean, I can forgive Looney Tunes because it's like a comedy. It's
Uh,
basically
the-
designed as a sitcom, right?
Yep.
So, but it's like, for something like dubbing or translating something like, if it doesn't fit, if it's not part of the original, it's like you insert something that's like unique. I mean, I can understand like if it's a joke that
Mhm.
doesn't translate well, so you change the joke so it makes more sense to
Oh
the
yeah. Yeah.
audience,
Hmm.
then that's fine. But if you just suddenly insert something just for the heck of it, even though it doesn't like, I don't know, that just rubs me the wrong way.
No, and I like understand that. Pero syempre, this is back in what the late 80s and all of
In the
90s.
90s, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And it's not it's not mainstream for Filipino kids to be watching yung anime or foreign, well, really those kinds of series.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
kailangan nilang, I think they did what they did so that these kids, these teenagers back in the 90s can understand or can relate to what they're watching.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand why, but I still don't like it.
Although I think one of the things you did like was Date Bayo was turned into Haler.
I didn't like it. Well, because I never watched Naruto in Tagalog, so
I think you did. ABS-CBN dubbed it, and I think you liked it.
uh,
Oh no.
From what I remember.
I don't remember.
You liked how they
Uh,
changed Date Bayo to Haler.
Look, see, this is why na at this point of time, buti na lang hindi ko napanood yun.
yeah,
Nah.
yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like I don't remember.
Although you did
But
like the Haruhi in ABC 5 when they dubbed the exact music of Mikuru. So the lyrics were really spot on. So yeah, I remembered you actually saying that.
I think that was key because I don't remember. I also don't remember watching Haruhi in Tagalog.
My God, am I remembering things wrong? Am I that old? Am I going to die? uh, anyway,
But the truth is, I'm just saying that because I cannot let my actual intentions come out because I am a Chinese lapdog.
so you'd watch it in Chinese.
Oh yeah, I'd watch it in Chinese.
You have no idea how long the Kamehameha is in Chinese. I've watched it in Cantonese.
Which
Something
no,
like
actually, I
that.
don't know. Do
我长怎么 Anyway, what the heck? I'm sick. What else do we have here? Well, majority of the anime was dubbed in the 90s already, because back in the 80s they're all in English. As in, all of them were in English. And every Sunday there's always a Chinese program in Channel 9. So that's what I usually remember. And my
Wait,
lola.
what ano anime yun? What anime was it?
All the animes were dubbed in English, and the
Oh.
Mazinger Z, when
All
it
of
was shown in Channel 4, it was called Transfer Z back then.
Mhm.
So I had no idea what Mazinger Z was.
I mean,
And
I mean, Voltes 5 was in English.
yep, with a very heavy accent. Stubbs, but cannot defeat the best fighter.
Unleash the Beast Fighter to destroy Voltes 5. Dum, 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 dum.
And then I remember that
dum.
Mighty Mouse commercials,
Dum,
which is dubbed in. I think it's just made here because those candies were actually local. Yeah, Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, Mighty Mouse.
Yeah. What the heck was he saying that time? Happy.
I don't know.
Yeah, bruh.
Happy?
Yep.
Happy is saying director.
Director. So like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Director.
Director.
Ah. Anyway, Fairy Tail's good. I like it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
I
it's
think
not
that's the-
that long. It's not One Piece.
Oh yeah. So like modern, if we're talking about like modern, like what anime from the newer generation
Mhm.
that holds a special place in my heart, I would say, um I would
Journey
probably
to the West.
say nope.
Nope.
Um, G-
Yeah.
Silver Spoon, Silver Spoon probably.
Yeah, Silver
Silver
Spoon.
Spoon
Pretty good.
and Silver Spoon, and by extension, Full Metal Alchemist
Mm.
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood, yeah.
Brotherhood, hindi
Yeah,
yung...
Not the
yeah,
first one
It
though.
has to be Brotherhood.
yeah. Because I haven't seen the first one, the
Oh,
non Brotherhood. So
yeah, don't bother.
Don't bother.
that's what they say. Like
If
like
you've seen Brotherhood, then don't bother with the other one.
yeah,
That's the
yeah. Because
definitive edition.
yeah,
And just
yeah.
don't
Because some people say like, oh, they prefer the
They
first one.
prefer the real,
Full Metal
The
Alchemist.
Full
The
Metal
real Full
Alchemist.
Metal Alchemist.
but,
Although those
but
openings were hyped back then by Lark
yeah.
and Shell, my favorite band.
Well,
Lark and Shell. Lark and Shell.
so so yeah, I guess if we're talking about like modern ones, like aside from Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and so I'd probably consider Fairy Tail
Yeah.
part of that, only because I enjoy
You-
it so much.
Hmm.
True. Now that I think about it, Fairy Tail, ano, para siyang... there's hardly any downtime. Or
Yep.
like really, really long filler episodes.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
Or filler arcs.
Yeah, it's probably like two. Like the longest filler arc I've seen so far is the Daphne arc, which is like 4 episodes, which is not too bad, and
Mhm.
it's not. It wasn't like it wasn't too bad that actually.
Although they do take breaks between seasons, so
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's
I mean,
also
that's
one
good.
of the reasons why they don't do fillers. So
Oh yeah, like I think that's the better. I think that's the better approach than doing the one that Gintoki explained, where there's so much fillers that the story deviates so much from the manga that by the time it catches up, they have no choice but to go in different directions.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Gintama is something I wouldn't recommend to people who aren't otakus because there's a lot of reference in that. So you better be used to anime first before you start recommending Gintama.
Oh yeah, it's like
Mhm.
Lucky Star. It's
Yeah.
like Lucky Star. Like a friend of mine was asking if he could watch Lucky Star, and I told him, I don't think you should, because a lot of the jokes rely too much on a vast knowledge of otaku stuff, which I don't think you have, which I don't think you'll be able to appreciate. And he's like, isn't that kind of elitist? Like, well, it's up to you. I'm telling you that you might not enjoy it because a lot of the jokes are like that. I don't know if he actually tried it, but like the initial the reference in the in one of the earlier episodes, episode 4, I think.
Yeah. The
Like
one where the
I don't think he yeah, I don't think he'd get that because he doesn't like the art style of Initial D, so he's not gonna watch it. So it's like, so how are you gonna understand the joke for that?
yeah.
So, so it's like, I don't know. So I don't know. So I don't know if am I the asshole for not recommending Lucky Star?
No, I don't think so. Because it won't work. No matter what they do. Call it elitist or stuff. It won't work.
Yeah, that reminds me of a conversation I had. Like, although it's not related to anime,
Mhm.
like, would you recommend Baldur's Gate 2 as someone's first RPG?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I would never, I would never recommend Baldur's. I would never recommend Baldur's Gate as someone's first RPG.
I think it depends on like the type of person, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, like what if it was someone absolutely knew nothing about RPGs?
Wizardry.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like if they don't mind like learning, that's the problem. Most people don't have the patience to invest the time to learn. Like
Yeah, they have to be
I know it sounds
open-minded as
funny,
well.
have to learn to play a game. I know it sounds funny, but
Yeah,
that's how it is.
which is my thinking as to why I didn't want to recommend Lucky Star if you're not you're not as well if your anime exposure is not as varied as I think it should be to enjoy Lucky Star.
Yeah, it's the same as with No Game No Life. One of our friends, William, he didn't like it because there's too much anime reference that he did not understand.
Yeah, like although I guess like for something like No Game No Life,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know if it works to to the detriment or to the benefit of the show to have
Yeah.
so many references, but I don't know. It's I don't know.
I don't know. I liked it.
I didn't.
I liked it.
Oh yeah, I liked it. Liked it.
uh, how about yeah? One of the other shows I did like was Dual. So
Oh
one
yeah.
of the few isekai
Uh,
shows that I did like back then.
Yeah,
We're
'cause
going
it's
back to
isekai
isekai.
with mechs.
Yeah, isekai and mechs.
Isekai with mechs.
The one I'm watching right now, which is Isekai and Mechs, is way back in the 80s, which is
Escaflowne.
Dunbine, Aura Battler
Dunbine.
Dunbine, which is showing on
Uh,
High Dive. So, yeah. I'd
oh,
watch that.
nice. What about Escaflowne?
Escaflowne, I wasn't. What?
Another isekai with X.
Yeah, but I wasn't much into Escaflowne. It was too deep for me back then. Like Evangelion, I did not enjoy Evangelion back then. I started enjoying it in college when I had
But
more
but-
open mind.
uh, but the one, but the mech series that was super heavy that I remember was
Roxephon.
Yeah, like I can't watch more than one episode of that at a time because it's like it's too heavy.
Is there something wrong with the gravitational pull?
Oh, doc, this is heavy. Oh, but
Like it.
yeah, but I don't like hold it in close to my heart. It's just
Yeah.
I just remember it a lot because it's so heavy.
Oh yeah, very close to my heart was the first Transformers movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The thing
Also
you
one
think,
that broke my heart.
exactly, very
Oh,
close. to my
that's why it's close to your heart because
it broke your heart.
Uh-huh. No, if you are really think about it, ngayon if you look at if you look at the ratings or reviews for that particular movie, it's not very good.
Yep.
But if you were born in the 80s or maybe early 90s, or if you remember or have even seen it, it's like this is something that I will never forget.
Well, I let my brothers, my younger brothers, watch it, and they enjoyed it.
You monster.
Yeah, but it's like if I watched it because I was watching it, and then I told them, hey, I'm watching this Transformers movie. You want to watch it? And they're like, yeah, let's watch it. And it's like a lot of it's super janky, super awkward, but it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, you see that? Optimus Prime has jets coming out of his front tires. Why? I don't know, but it's so cool. And he's jumping over like 10 Decepticons and shooting them out from the sky. Yeah.
So cool, he's dead.
No, even before that, diba? At the very beginning of the movie, sino ba namatay si Ironhide, Wheeljack, they all died.
Spoilers.
Oh, spoiler alert, sorry.
If you haven't seen it
thought
yet,
that,
it's
I
on
thought that
you.
was the name of an Autobot. Spoilers.
No, that's a name of one of the cars in Cars 2 or
Wheeljack is in Cars 2.
Well, Wheeljack's dead.
that's at the very beginning of the movie. Parang, what? Someone actually died. Hindi lang sila nagle-laser light show pag naglalaban ngayon.
Yep.
Same with the
is
G.I. Joe movie. I think Duke died on that one.
Duke died in the movie.
Well, he died,
No
but he didn't
spoilers.
die.
He got back in the
He
series.
died, but he didn't. He died, but he didn't die because
Oh, at the end, yeah, I thought they said that.
I
Oh,
think
he's in a whatever
yeah at
ICU.
the yeah, but it's like man, Serpentor just stabbed the snake through his heart. It's like,
But he's alive.
but he's alive. He's gonna be okay. What?
Why? Cause
I mean,
plot armor.
that was really clean. That was a clean stab. Like I may be a kid, but I know a clean stab when I see one.
Um, now that makes me think now. Oh, there's hope for Aerith. Aerith must be alive.
No, nope, nope,
Nope.
nope, nope, nope. She did.
Yeah. After earning all that experience for her, she died.
Uh huh.
Yes, I got her final limit break. Oh, shit.
Yes. Oh
She's
crap.
dead.
Oh shit! I did not unequip that web item on her.
That material. No. Oops.
I lost
Spoilers
it.
for Final Fantasy 7 in case, just in
Oh,
case.
Final
you haven't-
Fantasy 7 remake.
Who knows? Maybe in the remake she'll be alive.
They might
Nga.
sell it like Pokemon, like
Totoo ba
chapter
yung ano?
2.1 or 2.2.
Yung Japanese version, you can like revive her. Was that true?
No, you need the Game Shark to revive her.
Huh?
You
Nope.
need the Game Shark.
Uh,
It's only a rumor. It's an EGM and Famitsu rumor that you shouldn't believe. It's Playground Tales.
I know, right? Like
Playground Fairy
Shenlong.
Tales, Urban Legends.
Remember Shenlong?
Uh-huh. See.
Yep.
Shenlong is just a mistranslation of the Shoryuken.
You must defeat Shenlong to stand a chance.
Shenron.
Then
Si
Ryu starts
Shenron, you have
shouting,
to summon the-
Shenlong! Shenlong!
You have to.
You have to defeat
you have
everyone
to-
with just punches or no damage or
no damage, and then get to M Bison and stay 10 rounds without hitting each other.
Oh yeah, Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's pretty close to
Oh,
especially after watching that Van Damme movie. Then after a while, that movie actually grew onto
I think
the Van Damme movie.
yeah, I think Street Fighter. I think the Street Fighter animated movie is like the one of the few anime that I can watch both sub and dub and enjoy it as much.
Yep.
Especially that shower scene.
The uncut
the first time I
shower
saw
scene?
it, there was actually no shower because the first time I saw it was the PG-13. I saw the PG-13 version.
Yeah. I saw it in
which
Laserdisc.
censored even all the profanity, like all the
Yep.
profanity censored.
You witch, I'll make you suffer.
Yeah. I lost many prospective future children watching that
You murderer!
anime.
It's a crime scene, man. Use an ultraviolet light there. You see lots of dead kids.
like Star Lord would say. It would be
Star Lord.
like
Uh huh.
it would like a Pollock painting.
I thought the party where he said, "You missed it once, but hit it twice the second time." Ah, my god. What else do we have for anime? Sneezing Magician.
It's
okay.
alright, but it's not close to my heart.
Not close to
No,
my
it's
heart.
not, it's not Akazuki Chacha.
Yeah. Samurai X or Rurouni Kenshin. That was kind of unique to me that time. But
it's alright.
For a lot of Filipinos, that was their first anime.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
Samurai
X.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh yes.
when it was shown on
you-
Studio 23. That was their
You
first.
know what I don't like about Kenshin?
Mhm.
You know what I don't like about it? Kenshin
Does
is
the
the
OVA exist?
no. I'm super happy that the OVA exists.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like
No,
it would have been a good anime show,
but
but
then
the OVA
because the OVA
exists,
exists,
so
so
yeah,
it's
so it's
now
not.
average. No,
It's average.
the
Exactly, exactly.
the thing I no the thing I disliked about it is that Kenshin was probably the anime that popularized using licensed pop songs for anime openings and endings.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
And
I can't complain about some of the openings or endings, but
Bonnie
yeah,
Pink.
yeah,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's like yeah, they're good. But the problem was like after Kenshin, it's like everybody's gotta have like licensed opening and ending now. It's like oh,
Of
we don't
course.
have it's like no, where are the custom openings and endings? Come on,
Yeah,
man.
it's not like Head Chala or something. It was just
But
made
but
for
it's
Yeah,
kind
Dragon
of it's
Ball.
kind of good though that they have they have what do you call this? They have it's kind of like for people who don't really follow that scene,
Hmm.
it's
no,
good for them
yeah,
to get exposed to. It's a good
J-pop.
way
no,
to get exposed to
no.
Japanese
I'm not
music.
saying I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying the problem I have is that it suddenly became the norm. It's like it became the standard,
Hmm.
Mm.
and it's like we didn't have. And it's like now it's very rare to find an anime where the intro and where the opening and ending is like specific to was created especially for that show.
Yeah, there's a
It's like
very few anime
yeah,
that does that these days. Because majority of them are using J-pop now.
Uh-huh.
yeah. It's like I mean I don't
If you didn't mention that,
I don't mind that it exists, but
yeah.
I don't mind that it exists, but I am also sad that it's like that it's
That it
so
actually
common now.
exists.
I wouldn't notice that if you never mentioned it in the first place. Because now that I think about it, when they released those, every anime I think of back in the 80s were all custom music for that
Mhm.
Yeah,
specific show. Akazuki Chacha was using SMAP though.
yeah,
Uh,
because it was. I mean, it's not like it didn't exist before Kenshin, but
yep,
it's just not as common.
yep. Uh, what can I think of? Majority of super robots were had their own theme song.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
even
can
now.
you imagine Voltus 5 with the licensed like
Licensed
the
theme
ending
song
of
like
Voltus 5 would
Single Again
be
by
well,
Maria Takeuchi.
ah, oh, nami naga
Well,
kono
imagine if Voltes 5 had Hikaru Utada. There you go.
She's
she
not
wasn't old
famous
enough.
yet. I think she's still in grade school that time.
Yeah, there you go.
Or at least someone like her. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, like
Samurai
Music
X
from
will
Ribbon,
be
the early Japanese idol group.
or ex Japan or something.
Ex Japan was 2000 or something, or
Uh,
1990s,
or,
late
yeah,
90s.
I thought
I
isn't ex Japan like really old?
Chage
Yeah,
and
I thought they were
Asuka.
like 80s.
Chage and Asuka is old.
Southern All Stars.
Hmm.
pero yung Samurai X is at least after OVA, ma-realize ng mga tao na ay yung sakit pala ni Kenshin STD.
STD. Wasn't it tuberculosis? He was coughing blood.
Kasi he got it, di ba? They're always saying that he got it from the heat and Mitsuki,
Hmm.
but then Kaoru contracted the same disease
after
Dun,
after
dun,
they
busy
did.
dun.
I know it's a
After
tuberculosis.
sa
From what I know, it's
I don't know.
tuberculosis. Because anyone near
Yeah,
you
but
will be.
that's not what Megumi says.
Oh, okay. Megumi. Wait, where did this come from? Is this the OVA, the second OVA?
The one that that ended the series.
Resident Evil series, yep.
Ah,
That-
that's not canon.
Yeah,
I know, no, I know it's not canon.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
but
canon.
you know, I mean, we know it's not canon, but does everybody know?
All they know is that Kaoru got it after she
After
played with a
busy time,
nine-headed dragon flash of Kenshi.
after some busy time.
Uh-huh.
He did the
So,
Amakakeru Ryu no Hirameki on.
uh-huh.
You know what? I actually like the distinction where the yung OVA they didn't really use like super moves. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's OVA.
he was just killing fools basically.
Which one was this?
The first
The
one?
first one,
The first
the first
ones.
The
one,
first
yeah,
one was good. The second one I didn't
yeah.
like.
I didn't like yun yung parang merong ano, di ba? Yung
First one is
it's
ano,
like
si
lost son or some shit like that.
what's his
Enichi.
no,
And
it's the
Enichi is
brother.
like
The
the
first
brother
Oh,
two
of
brother,
big
yeah,
Tomoe.
something like
first
that. Yeah.
first
Uh-huh.
first half and the second half of the first one. That's the good one. The one with the his first love thing. What's her
Uh-huh.
name?
It's
Tomoe.
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 Yeah, that was pretty good.
Tomo.
Yeah, it's like it's like the a show like the OVA is like something that you can say, oh, this is a really good like samurai movie. Like
Mhm.
like never mind that it's whether it's animated or not. Oh, this is actually a very good like samurai movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like
Now that I
like
think about it, what's the best thing that could actually describe me? What's closest to my heart is the one that I have more merchandise of, and looks like
Dragon
it's
Ball.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
I have a ton of
that's what
Dragon
I
Ball
thought.
merchandise, so yeah, that's the
Yeah,
closest
that's
one
what
to
I
me.
thought.
Lots of
Yeah,
figurines and Sailor Moon. I've got all their Figmas and all their figurines
yeah,
from Ban Presto. So yeah,
yeah.
those two.
I think I think the yeah. Since we're talking about Jump, I think the one that's closest now to getting in there to joining the pantheon is like My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah.
Like just maybe after I see that like what they do with the next season, it'll probably like cement itself as yeah, this is one of my all time bests. This is gonna be one of my all time favorites because that the next arc is gonna be yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
be hype. Gonna be hype.
Aren't they coming out with another movie? Like a
Yes.
second hero my hero
Yep. Uh,
movie.
what was that? No wait, Two Heroes was the first movie.
Yep.
Like, but yeah, there's gonna be another one, and
Aha.
but yeah, looking forward to the next season.
Haha. That's
Lagan matatag!
it's fall 2019. Anyway,
Wait,
fall
is it fall
20
2019?
The next
almost
season, yes,
almost.
yes,
Oh,
So
okay. Next season.
that's
I
gonna
thought
be
the
in the
movie.
next
next season we'll have Nanatsu no
New
Taizai, the
Hero.
new season. Uh,
Seven Deadly Sins.
yeah,
I need to catch up to that.
Boku no Hero Academia 4,
Uh, um, yeah. So
Shokugeki no
I,
Soma will
oh yeah.
continue.
So I the
Yeah,
seven deadly sins, like I caught up with the manga and it's like yeah,
Yeah.
no, I actually like it up to like maybe the issue 3, like maybe 3 chapters ago,
Mm.
and then they do something that's like huh. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not even gonna say when, like around when it happens,
Mhm.
because I want you guys all to like
Experience it
share my
yourselves.
pain. Yeah, I want you all to share my pain.
High School Girl 2, second season coming October. So
High school? What?
high
High score
score,
girl.
high score girl, high school
I
girl.
thought you said high school girl.
That's a very niche genre. These high school
That's a different
genres very
website you're
niche.
watching.
Yeah.
High
That's a
score.
different type of shows close to your heart that you're watching.
Oh no, it's close to my head, my other head.
This is this is a show close to my loins.
The blue girl is something
it's
close to my
actually-
loins.
what actually it was really good. I don't know if you even consider it hentai, but like Kite,
No, it's
that
not.
was pretty good. Yeah, that was really good,
Kite.
man.
It's adult
Kite. I haven't
themed.
seen that.
It's
Yeah,
adult
I haven't
themed,
seen
but
that.
it's not hentai. But it did involve a lot of screwing. It's like Wicked City. It's basically like that. It's not hentai, but
I mean, Gundam has a lot of screwing.
oh yeah, the first one.
Even Gundam Seed.
Gundam
Seed
Seed.
has a lot of
Yeah.
yeah, diba?
Oh yeah, one
and,
of the girls actually broke
what's her
because
name?
of that.
Yeah, and she
The
was supposed to
redhead.
be the fiance of.
Yep.
Yeah, she was supposed to be the fiance of one of the other guys.
Then
The
shuttle
guy
blew
with
up.
the glasses. Yeah, and then she just like, oh, Kira. Oh yes, Kira. I'm in your bed. I'm in your bed, Kira. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna sleep on the couch. What a loser! What else do we have for October? A lot of new ones. That's for sure. Mugen no Juin. Blade of the Immortal.
Oh, it's gonna be this October.
Yep, October
That's a
2019.
manga that's close to my heart.
Yeah.
Because does that count? Well, although I haven't read the entire manga. It's like,
I have a whole collection here. It's in Japanese. I bought it from Manga Kisa when it closed down
yeah.
for the amount of 2,000 pesos. 2,000 pesos.
I mean, for the entire set, that's
Yep.
not bad.
That's not bad. It's used, but it's
For the entire thing?
Yep,
Yep.
it's used,
What?
but it's there.
Well, it's used by if it's used by Japanese standards, then it's not that
That's-
bad.
Oh yeah, it's really it's just yellowish in color, which is the usual aging uh, thing of manga book. Aging thing. Zoids. Wild Zero will be coming on the October.
Wild Zero Dawn.
Wild Zero Dawn.
Oh no, no.
Horizon. Horizon
Um,
Zoids Zero.
I hope they don't look like that.
Leftovers.
Maybe. I don't know. I have many things to say about
Anyone saw
Horizon.
Kengan Ashura already?
What?
Kengan Ashura, the one in Netflix.
Kengan Ashura. I haven't seen that. But
I'm
that's
planning
on my
to
list.
see it, so
Wait. Kengan Ashura. Maybe.
That,
It's like Baki, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking it was.
how was the quality of
Something
the
like that.
animation? Because I know it's
okay. This is the
it's
one that
CGI.
I've seen this in Netflix, pero when I watch it, parang these look like Attack on Titans.
if you like CG, it's mostly CG.
yeah.
Well, if it's Netflix, it's gonna be mostly CG.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait,
Except for
they did have that new crap. What was that?
Something.
Well, Violet Evergarden, that's pretty close to my heart. It broke me a few times.
Oh yeah, but no.
Saint Seiya. The
Yeah,
new
Saint
Saint Seiya.
Oh,
In
that
Netflix.
sucks, man.
Oh.
That sucks. That sucks.
They removed the original Japanese intro for an American one, which had no life.
Pero ano na siya, di ba? It's set in real life.
Yeah, and they modified the
Real
story.
Modern times, I mean.
Yeah, Shun is now a woman, so
Oh.
there's one woman in the group, which is okay for me, but they kind of modernized it in a way that I don't like. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't like it. One of my friends who's
forward to
a
watching that.
really solid Saint Seiya fan, he despised it with his life. There was like 3 Facebook entries about that. If you're his friend as well, I think you've seen it.
I don't remember.
Okay.
But then I'm never on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah. Facebook sucks.
Facebook sucks. Let me open up Messenger.
Facebook sucks. Let me just go in there and post about how it sucks.
I'll make 100 articles about how it sucks.
Like like 2,000 words minimum.
You know what? If people can actually do that, they might love it more than they hate it. Like Star Wars Last Jedi, there's like people who make 100 videos about how they hate it. That's kind of like the opposite already. You love hating it, so you love it in a way.
You you love to hate it. You hate it, but you
You just
hate
love
it
to hate it.
enough. Yeah, you love to hate it enough that you made a video about.
100 videos about it. It's like
I
Pokemon
don't
right
know.
now. There's a lot of people who hate Pokemon right now. They said they won't buy it, but when it comes out, I bet you my ass they'll buy it.
They will buy it. But oh, that's because of the you can't catch them all thing.
Yep,
Yep, the national dex.
just because of that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like really, really now.
But I bet you my ass it will still get millions of copies out.
Oh, they will.
Oh, because the devs are just lazy. Like you can model a Pokemon in like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I did that. I tried that.
Uh-huh.
You can
It
you can
can be
model
done.
a Pokemon. Yeah, sure, you can model a Pokemon. It's just gonna be a bad model. Like, but you
It can be done.
technically-
Ditto. Just make Ditto.
A Ditto that doesn't move. Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
that does
Ditto with
much
no
as-
animations. It's just a big blob. It doesn't even look close to Ditto.
Wala, ano na sila. They ran their I don't know. I mean, they're not gonna run out of ideas. They just have to mix two things together. Boom, Pokemon.
Yeah, they just make a region version of this Pokemon. Oh, new Pokemon. Okay. Put a mustache and a tall hat. Yeah. New Pokemon. It's like Monster Hunter. Like it's the same monster only with a slightly different design.
slightly different color,
Yeah.
slightly
Slightly different roar.
this monster, instead of being a fire element, it's now gonna be an ice element.
This monster, the Rathalos, I'll make another one, which is a female Rathalos. I'll call it a Rathian.
Rathian. Rathian.
Oh,
Ratchan.
that's so creative, man. But their other monsters are really creative, like the Brachdios. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
My mortal enemy. And it's coming to world.
Ah!
It's
No,
a boxer
y-
with slime.
I'm still sad that there's no giant Hermitor yet.
Oh, yeah. We all need the crab.
Please give me Hermitors. Although, to be fair, I haven't. The Hermitor kind of disappeared after Portable Second and only reappeared in Generations. So,
And
It's
4? I think it's back in 4.
I don't remember it in 4.
Must be me. Maybe
I
it's
don't know.
Generations.
Because
It looks so similar.
Because I remember in Generations, I was like, oh yeah, the crab is back.
Crab is
The
back.
Hermitor.
Oh yeah, they also brought back Lao Shanlong. Lao Shanlong.
Oh, yeah. Lao Shanlong. Chinese.
So Chinese. It's so
Yeah.
Chinese. The people wanted to kill it. No. Just a joke. Just a joke. I beg for my life. Begging for my life. There's a lot of them here. Anyway, our president is pro, so I have to be pro too. In broadcast version.
we have to be professionals.
Professional. Unbiased opinions. Nintendo rules, Sony sucks. Unbiased opinion.
That's not a biased opinion. That's a fact.
I remember
That's a fun.
back when IGN was doing Nintendo voice chat when it was still the Wii U era. My God, they were trying so hard to get a subject. The only things they could talk about was 3DS. Other than that, nothing else. But
Nothing.
now there's a lot of subjects due to the Wii U,
Um,
the
yeah,
Switch.
the Switch can't even. I don't. You'll never run out of things to talk about with the Switch.
Yeah, sweets, sweet sama, sweet Susama. Okay, B
Yeah.
stars. Okay, so I guess that concludes that subject. What's next here? I guess we could talk about the one that's happening in Hong Kong right now. Um, we're not supposed to be political, but this is kind of close to my heart because I love to go to Hong Kong and it's chaotic right now. Especially in one of the
Yep.
places I usually visit, which is Shamshuipo. It's kind of like
Oh,
their
really?
Akihabara.
What's in there? What's there?
They have been
Some
throwing
sheep is
tear gas, tear gas everywhere.
Oh,
Shamshuipo is kind of like
Uh,
Akihabara of Hong
hmm,
Kong.
not according to Jackie Chan.
Team
Yeah.
Satri.
So
No,
yun nga, that's the reason why we're discussing this. Jackie Chan and Liu Yifei, the new leading actress
Mulan.
for Mulan,
Hmm.
sparked outrage because they are actually siding with the Hong Kong police, which makes sense because they are public figures. if
Yeah. Yeah.
if they go
Exactly.
against the government, it's treason, and they
I
lose their
mean,
jobs. So
yeah. I mean, of course, you're not. You're gonna side with the one who's got the law on their side.
yep.
It's like, yeah, maybe you're protesting something, but you gotta do it nice, nice and legal.
Nice and legal. No punching public officials and stuff. No violating the
And
city
I think,
hall and stuff.
yeah, yeah, and I think the I think my main issue with how people are reacting to this is like they're acting as if like oh, this is an attack on democracy. This is gonna Hong Kong has the right to democracy, uh, to freedom. It's like, no, it's not like. I mean, you're kind of late by like 1997 came and went. It's like democracy in Hong Kong has been on a basically on
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 hiatus.
life support. On life,
Alright.
yeah. I mean, it's basically been on life support since 1997. Like,
Yeah.
um, the whole one country, like
One China.
it's already, yeah, it's already part of China. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's technically like Taiwan. Taiwan is China, but they won't admit it's China.
That's a different. Taiwan is a whole other. It's
Can
a
of worms.
whole.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, but they're still
I,
counted as China. But they're not.
no, no, no. It's different because Taiwan is kind of like the previous government of China before they became the communist country that they are today.
Hmm.
Well, which is also not communist.
Yep.
So,
It's really not
but
because there are people who are getting rich now, so
yeah,
yeah.
so it's like
It's
like I
not that
remember that
communist as
I remember
before.
that Simpsons episode where they went to China. The Simpsons episode where they went to China, and then like everyone was saying that it's a communist country, and then Homer was like, "A communist country? But why are there so many signs of the free market around?" It's like,
Well,
so it's like I don't think it's like strictly a communist country anymore.
Yep.
And and the the problem with Taiwan, right? It's the reason why it's a different thing compared to what's happening in Hong Kong is because the Taiwanese government was actually the previous government of China, lost in the civil war,
Mm.
and went and escaped to Taiwan. And then the
Sorry.
Communist Party set up, like basically succeeded the the government that went into exile
Mhm.
and took over from China and took over as China. And now you've got like the government in Taiwan, which is the nationalists, the
Mhm.
Kuomintang, uh, are saying that um, no, we we didn't actually lose the civil war. We just retreated to Taiwan, and we're like, and we're okay. We're just hanging out here. We're just moving on with our
We just
lives.
needed
But
to relax. It's not a retreat.
yeah, and we're still China. You know, we're still China, and the communist, and then Beijing is like, oh, but you lost. You know, you kind of lost. You kind
Kinda
of lost because
lost.
we already took over here, and so we're China now. So it's like, so that's kind of
And
the
Taiwan's like, yeah, no.
yeah, and now it's like, so now it's kind of a complicated issue because of course Beijing is going to say, "Oh, Taiwan is actually like a province of China, who's kind of, and it's supposed to be part of China, but it's like this kind of like being
It's an
run."
independent
Uh,
state.
no. They won't say that it's an independent state. You're not supposed to say that it's an independent state.
Oh no,
Like
China is not supposed to say it, but Taiwan admits they're an independent state.
no,
We
no, no. That's the problem. No, they can't. They can't
they can't
say.
say
They
it.
cannot say because the UN does not recognize Taiwan.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
UN.
so yeah,
UN standards.
the UN used to recognize like the Taiwanese government like before the whole civil war, right?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
But then after they retreated to Taiwan, what happened was like after some political wrangling, uh, the UN basically said, okay, since like the communists now have control over China, so yeah, they're gonna be the China now. And Taiwan is like, whoa, wait, whoa, wait. They're gonna take our seat. So, so, so that's the problem, right? So
Mm,
that's why that's the whole um that's the entire idea behind the one China policy. That
mhm.
there's only one China, and it's like Taiwan. No, that's not China because the official name of Taiwan is like the Republic of China.
Mm.
And like the policy of Beijing is that no, there's only going to be one China, and that's the People's Republic of China.
Yeah, because I remember buying stuff from Hong Kong. The what do you call this? They were doing indie games like cards. There was one
Hmm.
like Hong Konger's Life card game, and
Hmm.
every card at the back says Hong Kong is not China. So
Yeah,
they're really adamant that they're not China.
yeah,
So
and
basically,
and
what
so
happened here is Hong Kong is like a child that found out he's adopted. What? I'm adopted? Then he was sent to his real parents. That's not my parent. You are. And this parent is very strict. And he's got a
yeah, so
very rebellious brother that they look up to, which is Taiwan. Now Taiwan is very nervous with what's happening with Hong Kong.
yeah, because yeah, but the difference between Taiwan and
Mhm.
Hong Kong is there's less ambiguity between what the state of Hong Kong is
Yep.
because because legally like technically nothing is like technically whatever Hong Kongers say, they're still a part of China
Yep.
because
Exactly.
and it's been that way since 1997.
And
And
that's
it's
why
like
you think it's a Chinese boy with a British parent, and he's surprised that he's adopted. I'm adopted, but I look so much like you. Um, anyway,
Um,
I
it-
do believe in freedom, but I don't think they should go as far as this. Even
yeah, I
people,
mean
yeah.
yeah, because they're like disrupting the entire economy, right?
Yep. But
And which is actually very dangerous for Hong Kong right now because
yep.
back in 1997 when Hong Kong was just returned to China,
Hmm.
they were basically now the economic powerhouse city of China
Yep.
because like Hong Kong is like the financial center of like the entire region of East and Southeast Asia. And then what happened was over over time, suddenly China began developing all the other major cities like Shanghai, Shenzhen, and uh, another one, Beijing. I don't know.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Yep.
but basically, several other cities in China suddenly got developed to the point where they could rival Hong Kong in terms of like its contribution to the Chinese economy.
Yep. Yep.
And suddenly, Hong Kong is now in danger of being irrelevant.
Hmm.
And if Hong Kong starts to lose like its like its
Status.
clout,
Hmm.
yeah, its status,
Hmm.
then
It'll
it
just be
becomes
another
harder
port
for
city.
yeah it becomes harder for Hong Kong to say that to enforce that now we gotta be you have to maintain the one country two systems policy
Hmm.
because once like for example Shanghai starts to rival like surpasses Hong Kong in terms of being a financial market, then what does Hong Kong have to like offer?
Yeah.
There's like
Shanghai
there's
is
no
almost
incentive for
there.
China.
Cause
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it is. I mean,
So
Shenzhen is Shenzhen
yeah.
basically
So
like
yeah,
Well,
who?
it's kind of a threat to them. That's why they really want to keep their status symbol as Hong Kong itself.
Yeah, yeah, that's something that's very hard for an outsider like I would say like as an outsider it's very hard for us to like weigh in on these kinds of issues because that this is like something that's unique to
Hmm.
an experience of a Hong Konger.
Yep.
I don't know. So,
well, in line with that, try to. There's this video on YouTube from. I don't know if you've seen these videos from the infographic show.
Uh huh.
yeah,
That's the name of the channel. So there's
yeah, yeah.
they made a video about if the US or if China goes to war, if everyone in or if people in let's say if, I think the United States is gonna get drafted into the
Hmm.
army,
Yeah, yeah.
and it deals with the issue with how Taiwan is now developing so fast that they are becoming a threat to China itself, and
Hmm.
China wants to take it back by any means
Necessary.
possible. Mhm.
Yep, yep. But realistically, I don't think that's gonna
Right. I
happen.
mean, it's a what if
What
scenario,
if? Yeah,
right? Pero it's interesting if you care to kind of just watch or listen to that video.
yeah, yeah. I think I've seen that, and well, it makes good ideas for your story. It's
But
like,
right now it's
whoa,
just a theory, a game
A
game
game
theory.
theory. Thanks for watching.
That's a
Man, I hate
Chinese
that guy.
lapdog for you. He knows everything.
Oh yeah, like, well,
Well,
I
you work
blame
there,
like
so in a
uh,
way. And you love
I blame
chinitas.
I blame college for that because I had a lot of Asian history.
And you love a lot of Asian chicks.
Oh yeah, of course,
Yeah.
Asians forever.
That's why during Evo we were going with it's
Asian.
Japan. It's in Asia.
Or you know,
Go Japan.
be happy that you didn't go to Evo. If
Why?
Oh,
not,
Why?
that I think a lot of people got the measles
oh
attending
yeah, yeah.
Evo.
I heard
Oh,
about
no. It's what they call it that with at PAX. It's called the PAX Box.
Pax box.
Uh-huh. No, 1 year I was there. Uh, it was a horrible case of pink eye for people because it was the first time that the Oculus and all that stuff
Ah.
were on the exhibit floor. So
They
if the
weren't seeing
first
it.
day, I guess there was one person who had pink eye who wore it, and then the next day, I don't know, hundreds of people had pink eye. It was
Outbreak.
This is
The
one of
good
the
thing about
zombie
measles,
virus.
though, if you had measles already once, then you're fine. But if you haven't, then too bad.
funny. Now's your chance.
Now's your chance.
For a limited time only.
Measles here at Evo 2019. My goodness, who knew?
But,
Measles were
Apparently,
such
uh,
a thing.
a lot of people did after they got it.
Ah, measles are a thing there? Well, we got dengue.
and you know,
Uh,
I also I just remembered now that
mhm.
um like if like you were talking about like uh Hong Kong being basically a rebellious s-
Kid.
adopted child.
Yeah, in a
Yeah.
way.
Well, well, I don't think adopted is the right word. More like kidnapped or in the held for ransom. Because Hong Kong was given to the British because they lost the opium wars.
Ah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
So
So more
basically,
like kidnapped in a
the
way.
the British
Kidnapped, but they
made
loved it.
made drug
The
addicts.
British had more opium than they did.
Hmm.
No, the British started exporting opium to China.
Hmm.
The Chinese got so addicted to opium that they couldn't uh, because
They couldn't handle it.
because of a trade war.
You're
Because
like, this shit's good.
well it started because of tea because
I was gonna
the
say I'm sure it has something to do with tea.
yep because the British started, oh, this is great, this is tea. This
This
tea is
is great
fantastic.
tea.
This tea is fantastic. This tea
Bloody
is the
fantastic.
yeah. And then what happened was the British wanted tea, but the Chinese didn't know what they wanted from the British. The only thing that the British had that they wanted was silver.
Hmm.
So they said, okay, we shall trade tea for silver. And the British wanted so much tea that they started running out of silver. It caused an economic recession, I guess, because they were out of silver. And so the British were like, man, we gotta stop giving them silver. Let's give them opium. Let's give them
Smashing idea,
That's
my good man.
matching idea. Yes. They'd be so addicted to opium that they have no choice but to give us all the tea we could ever. And that's how they got Hong Kong.
Port Town. Well, in terms of Disneyland, Shanghai now has the biggest Disneyland compared to Hong Kong.
Oh wait, Shanghai Disneyland already open?
Yep, last year.
I I did not know that.
It's a whole freaking island dedicated to Pirates of the Caribbean. So
Oh wow.
it's that big.
Oh wow. I would like to go
It's
there
10
sometime.
times bigger than the one in Hong Kong. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
Wow. Let
Les
let
Miserables.
me let me some of that. Let me get
Amujo.
in there.
Amujo. Les Miserables. Yeah, Armjo should be part of Evo. I'd go Jean Valjean on your ass.
No.
Because Arm Joe is actually Les Miserables, the fighting game. And it's free to download if you're interested. So just look for Arm Joe. ARMJOE.
Oh wow, they got 2 Tron rides in Shanghai this.
Yes, they do.
Tron 1, Tron 2.
Well, there's a Tron like cycle power run presented by Chevrolet. Wow,
Wow.
an American company.
Presented by Chevrolet.
And Tron Realm, Chevrolet Digital. Chevrolet again.
The only funny part is if you go to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride there, you'll never understand what the pirates are
What
saying.
Jack Sparrow says.
Jack Sparrow saying it's in Chinese, unless you actually study Mandarin.
Alright, wait, so
I can
is it in so the language is Chinese or Mandarin,
Yep.
but do they speak in with a pirate accent?
Oh, Mandarin
Arr.
technically is already
Arr,
pirate.
woman.
Sounds like a pirate language.
Pirate.
Because Mandarin has a lot of R. R in it. Ye are! Wushamar! War! It's party enough.
I thought you were gonna say, since it's in China, it's pirated na. So
Well,
no.
well, you're not that correct. You're not correct, but you're not wrong either.
It's complicated.
It's like an opinion. You're not right, but you're not wrong either.
There's only one solution.
Opium.
Bakit matatag?
Wag mainis, mahal ang patis. Roughly translated to ano nga ba yun? Yung
Don't be angry, have some fish sauce.
no, don't be salty. Fish sauce is costly.
No.
My God. Carlson, this is all your fault.
Bakit naman?
Bakit matatag?
Lakad
Oo.
matata.
Norm.
Ay, Cal.
It's like I already forgot about that, but you just reminded me of it.
Lakad matatay.
Lakad matatag, you know?
Lakay
Tag.
matatay.
Yeah.
It's a very unique phenomenon in the Dota 2 community.
It's
It's a
like
Tagalog
Hakuna
term.
Matata.
It sounds like Hakuna Matata. No, it doesn't.
Hakuna Matata
Oh my
is Hakuna
God.
Matata. Lakad matatag is lakad matatag.
Parang ano, no?
Just because it
Parang
has
Trojan, man.
it does 2 tatas. That sounds familiar.
Paano yan? Parang hapon, Tatarija! Tatarija! We're all cursed now. Tatarija! Okay, I guess we should end this before we
Yes, we should before we offend even more people.
I know, right?
before we offend that one fan that's watching.
Lakad
He's probably
matatag.
calling all of us Chinese lapdogs.
Check, Vince, check mo nga kung
I don't think-
nagpa-follow pa yung si Mr. Turtle.
Doesn't show he removed this his following thing.
Okay.
Maybe he just stopped watching, but he didn't remove his following status with us. So I guess the next time we stop doing podcasts and just play a game. Oh my God! So British, so fun.
Have some
Use
opium.
have some opium.
With your tea.
Oh, jolly good.
Whenever you talk about opium, I think of that girl in Rurouni Kenshin, Megumi.
Oh, it's Megumi.
Yeah, she's like opium expert.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Made a
Uh,
new type of opium that's even more addicting.
New type opium. That's like Gundam levels of opium.
Ganda.
Oh my god, this
Which which
sobrang ano na to,
really
this is too much adult. We're talking about drugs now.
well, I mean, really in modern times, I mean, what you have oxytocin, oxycodone, and all that stuff, which is prescribed, basically prescribed
Hmm.
opioid. So,
yeah, yeah.
eh,
Well, it's like opium without the addictive stuff,
Hmm.
without the bad stuff.
eh, not
Uh,
at least not to that kind of level,
yep,
Hmm.
yep.
It's
because
not
it's still the
Gundam
good
kinds of
stuff.
It's
levels.
a it's a diluted form of
Mhm. Of the good stuff.
sanitized. It's a sanitized form
Hmm.
of opium.
Oh my goodness, all this opium talk makes me hungry because I haven't eaten lunch yet. Akala nyo ah. Oh well. That was so bad. That
It's like
last one.
I remember I need to get sick, so the doctor will prescribe me more oxycodone.
What did you say, oxymoron? How about OxyClean? Oh my goodness, OxyClean. Now we use that every day in our house because it.
Remember oxycodone sa Pinas?
Yep, SNR. SNR
What?
is selling, and we also
Like,
have Tide Pods, which makes me surprised that no one is eating them.
eh,
Because nobody
that,
knows how to use them.
Hmm.
To like,
Exactly. Because we're
hindi,
not
ano na
morons.
kasi,
ay,
it,
lagay mo
Or,
sa palanggana.
or
it's
it's
not viral anymore.
and then tsaka
Eating it isn't viral anymore.
it's expensive. So
Oh,
the
Yeah,
masses
I mean,
cannot get that.
yeah. I mean, even for me, it's expensive here. It's like,
mhm.
Yep.
well, why am I gonna get these pods? It's like I'm just gonna get the. It's like in order of price. You got Tide Pods at the top, then you got the liquid detergent, then you got the powder. It's like,
You got the
and
powder. Then on the lower part, you got the bath soap. So I'm using Safeguard
wow,
for my laundry.
that's like the ultimate poverty levels of like I'm just gonna take a shower with my clothes on, so I don't have to launder.
I do the
no.
laundry and my body at the same time.
I mean, technically, well, no. That's it's inefficient because unless you wear a lot of clothes, well, in the shower.
Yeah, I mean, if you're poor enough to think about that, like that's nothing.
The problem is the water. Where will you get the water if they are that poor? Pozo
Water is
Negro.
not that expensive.
No, no, just Pozo. Pozo Negro is different. Ah.
Water's not expensive. Ano na, tubig naman yun. Well,
Well, if you're living in
that's
Pilar Village, that's like 2,000 pesos
It's
per
cold.
month.
What? Why?
It's the village is kind of taking over the
water industry in the Philippines.
in a way it's Maynilad goes through the village first, then the village goes through the
Ah,
so any infrastructure done for that
Uh,
water
like
will be charged
yeah,
to the
like what happened
villagers.
to us.
So
Yeah, like what happened to us. Like
yeah,
what
exactly.
happened to BF.
That's why it's
But
expensive.
well, I only pay like 700 pesos
Unlike
for.
here.
No, I mean
what?
no, I mean in BF. The like I pay 700 pesos for
Hmm.
water
Uh,
monthly.
Although dati kami
kami,
300, now it's 900 because they increased the price recently. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Ay!
yeah. So probably we're about 900.
well, parang
Victor.
nga sa amin. Well, our water, I just saw our water bill eh. It's $190
Wait, what?
Wow! Dollars?
for no for 3 months.
Ah, okay. Prepaid.
It's still a lot. It's still a lot.
Still
Uh-huh.
$100.
Okay, wait. Well, no. Well, I only pay like 20, but it's because I'm only one person.
Hmm.
So
Speaking of bills, it's almost time for that monthly payment for my VPN, which is like 5,000 pesos, I think.
monthly?
No,
Mas mahal
yearly.
pa yung VPN mo kaysa sa tubig.
Yearly. It's
Oh,
1 year.
okay.
Because VPN is essential.
Hmm. Especially when watching Verb.
Uh,
You need them
water I can
VPNs.
deal with. Missing water I can deal with, but missing VPN, no.
No.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Priorities.
Priorities. Where's my priorities? VPN
Si-
first.
It's more secure internet.
More secure internet so that Russian spies can spy on you every day. Security come from Russia, we spy on you. Alam mo yun. How about VPN from China? Is there even VPN? Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it.
Uh,
We better stop
there's
now.
there's the signal.
Yeah.
No,
There's this-
thanks to our alien overlords for
Yes.
telling us to end the show.
The demon lord
I'm
is
se-
watching us.
I'm sending in the my fellow lapdogs.
Fellow lapdogs.
You
My
shout
God.
out to Xi Jinping.
You're like
for
Japanese
making
that
this show
summons
possible.
ninjas.
My lapdogs are like Shih Tzus and Shiba Inus.
Shiba Inus. Are there Shiba
Yes.
Inus in China?
I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care. I just want a Shiba Inu. It's not so wrong.
They're like very loyal if you train them too.
Oh, I just want them. I just want to hug them and squeeze them and love them and feed them and call him George.
George? Oh, you mean Sasuke?
I'm gonna call him Sasuke.
I'm gonna call him Sasuke. I guess that's it. So, any shout outs before we go? Here we
Oh
go
yeah.
again.
Shoutouts to Kidoba, the Chipotle clone
Chipotle
that
clone.
actually has better chips. So good chips, Kidoba. Please sponsor this podcast next time, so I can get.
So we can get
free
monetized. Uh,
Oh,
I pity
shout
our
out
showman.
to Wingstop. Wingstop for their boneless wings.
What?
What?
Boneless wings.
Oh, Wingstop.
Oh yeah, shout out to Wingstop as well for closing down.
What?
There's no more Wingstop in this area. I don't know in other areas, but they're gone
What,
here.
what about the one in Alabang?
It's gone. It's
Oh,
what store is it now? Oh man, I forgot. But
the one beside Fully Booked.
yep, it's gone.
Yeesh.
Forgot what stall actually changed with that Wingstop.
Wingdings.
Wingdings. It's a font now.
No, there was a stall called Wingdings sa BGC before.
Mm.
Sa ano siya, maliit lang siya na stall. Sa it used to be by Chowking.
Oh. Mm.
The Chowking near
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 St. Luke's.
St. Luke's.
Aha.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So it's near SNR.
Ah,
That was
right.
10 years ago.
Yeah. So before they, yeah, before they renovated, I think.
10 years
Like,
ago when you were still
yeah.
Filipino.
Well, I was still working there for a rival bank that I work now.
I used to work here, but now I
Rival
work
banks.
there.
Rival banks united by fate.
They should bring that back. No one plays that in Evo. They should put that
Let's
back.
put it in. Let's put it in Evo.
Yeah. Rival
Rival
schools for
banks united by.
Evo. Rival banks. HSBC versus JP Morgan. Fight! Our stocks are dropping! Uh,
Super move bailout.
everyone withdraws their money. I'd love to see that kind of video game.
Bank officers throwing money at each other.
It's like Iron Man versus Batman. Throwing money at each other. Wayne Enterprises versus Stark Industries.
Stark Industries.
Uh, they should do a partnership or something.
Ooh.
Merger.
Then secret hidden boss LexCorp.
I remember Batman actually did merge with LexCorp in one of them universes. I don't know which one, but
Batman and Superman.
maybe, maybe the animated series. I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, any other shoutouts before we go? Because I believe these guys are very sleepy now. It's 4 o'clock in the morning in their time. 3
What?
o'clock.
Oh, ano. And I'm getting killed by zombies.
Killed by zombies. And
I
someone.
Not
think
literally,
to
hopefully.
Mhm.
shout out to Xi Jinping. Thank you for sponsoring the laptop.
For making it possible.
But that was very educational because of the lapdog. It was an educational experience. And I'm half Chinese. I don't know it. ah. Okie
Shout
dokie.
out to Mobile Legends
Oh
as
yeah.
well
Someone loves it
for our
now.
evening entertainment.
Shout out to Tencent for making all those MOBAs
Mm.
that look
Even
exactly the
though they're
same.
losing lots of money now.
And shout out to Tagalog for lakad matatag.
Oh, wala akong pakialam
Lakad
sa
mo
inyo. Kung
tatag!
gusto niyo ng unbiased, doon kayo sa Ingles.
Yeah.
Unbiased opinions.
Yeah. Filipinos are the best. And also the worst. We're you know, we're a bit of both.
Yeah, we're the best and the
Bit of
worst.
good, bit of bad. Yeah. That's what makes us awesome.
Ah, yep. I guess that's it. Should I shout out anyone? Tencent again for selling the Switch in China. Now people
Tencent.
hate that Taiwanese company that's saying it looks
Genshin
like
Impact.
Genshin Impact. It looks so much like Breath of the Wild, according to them.
MiHoYo.
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 I won't mind it if they release it on the Switch. I'd play it. But I don't have a PS4 and I don't want to play it on PC, so there.
So I was actually wrong about MiHoYo. They're actually based in Shanghai, not in Taiwan.
Shanghai. Oh my god, the term of Shanghai. They Shanghai the Breath of the
They
Wild.
Shanghai MiHoYo. Yep.
They Shanghai Breath of the
Although,
Wild.
although I like their slogan.
Which
Their
is
their slogan. Tech otaku save the world.
But
because
did
they're all
they?
otakus.
I
I
guess we'll
mean,
never
What's that?
know.
So is that like hack the planet?
well, that's actually like if you look at their logo, it's written on their logo, like MiHoYo, tech otakus save the world.
Not bad. I'll steal it.
Not bad.
No one will ever know. My goodness. I guess that's it. So,
Oh wait, hold
huh,
on. One last shout out to Amazon
uh huh.
for completing my order and sending my Fire Stick arriving Monday.
All
What?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, May
Steak.
Flash Boys. May Flash
Steak.
Boys. Thank you for supporting Chinese company. my plan
Chinese
worked.
lapdog.
My plan worked.
Mayflash is Chinese. I forgot.
You fools. You fools. You have all, it's all according to Keikaku.
Oh my god. I actually got a Mayflash for from you as well. Is that correct? The converter?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, I'm a victim
All
too.
according to Keikaku. All according to Keikaku.
I'm a victim too. Would you look at that? uh, I guess I'll be bowing down to China. Everybody
No,
knows.
just to me. Just to me.
Oh yeah, because when I bow down to you, I bow down to China as well. You lapdog. Laugh
I
dog.
know. You bow down to the Shiba Inu. I'll make you bow down to the Shiba Inu and the Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu. Well, this Shih Tzu is done. Well, I guess that's it. Bye bye.
Hey.